And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can tweet me as well. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. Hello, how are you doing? And what a marvelous week it's been. Do you get it? Marvelous. Because the week has been full of Marvel goodness. Not just toys, not just TV, not just movies. This week has been crazy. And all for good reasons. Like, it's really good time to be a Marvel fan, no matter what you're a fan of. We had Hawkeye. We've had Spider-Man. Like, I've actually seen Spider-Man. I know it only just came out everywhere else around the world, but I managed to get to see it yesterday. Obviously want to talk about that. No spoilers here, but still, I want to give you my initial reactions, my initial feelings coming out of the cinema. So we'll talk about that. And then lots of Marvel Legends. Like, we weren't expecting a lot of reveals, but they revealed like a whole wave, like 2 whole waves today for 2022, plus a couple of other exclusives sprinkled in. So yeah, lots of stuff revealed. But as always, I can't do it on my own. He was late doing his hair. I needed to start anyway, so he hasn't even seen what he looks like on camera yet, but he's about to, live right now. Let me press accept to the Zoom call and let him see everybody for the first time. It is, of course. He's probably... There he is, Brandon Hero.Collections. You're live on YouTube, my friends. No messing around today. We are straight in. There's too much to talk about. How you doing, my friend? Your hair looks great, by the way. That extra time you spent combing it was so worth it. It was beautiful.
No, look, this is what happened. So I was getting my like side table figures ready, and look,
where's his head gone?
The custom peg that I had in the Sam Cap's neck snapped. Literally snapped. So I had to quickly go and dig it out. So that's what took me so long.
It's all good. Well, you're here now. I was basically just telling people it has been a marvelous week. Do you get it? Marvelous week.
Marvelous? Oh, that makes sense.
There you go. See?
What's happened this week?
Yeah, well, this is what I was just telling people. I was telling people Hawkeye. We've had Spider-Man. No spoilers, everyone. No spoilers. No spoilers, but we will.
It's not like we had a live stream this week, right?
We just had a live stream with, as I said, we were sort of anticipating last week that we wouldn't get too many reveals, just maybe a couple sprinkled in. We've got 2 full waves of Marvel Legends revealed for 2022, plus a handful of single packed exclusives, whatnot. So much more than we expected to round out the year, which has been another great year. As I constantly say, we are literally currently living in the golden age of action figures, and it's a great time to be a Marvel fan, Marvel collector, whether it's comic or MCU, or a bit of both, because you know what, Brandon? You are allowed to like both. It is allowed. It is allowed within the cosmos to like both. Do you like both?
I didn't know that. If I'd known that, man,
yeah,
I would have liked both a hell of a lot sooner.
Yeah, well, you're allowed to like both, and I, for one, I like both comic and MCU, so plenty of reveals today to talk about. So we will, of course, be recapping all of the Fan First Thursday reveals, and very much appreciate Marvel doing this on a Thursday as well. So me and Brandon are not a week behind the news, especially on a Christmas week as well. So we appreciate Hasbro doing it on a Thursday, fresh for people like us and toying around, who Ryan and Dan are going to be on later as well. So
I was about to say that, yeah.
Still more content to come from the Marvel team. But we are going to be sitting here for the next hour, 2 hours maybe, 2 hours up until about... What's the M? What's the M? You got to leave?
Should we... No. Should we... You know we said about doing that extra thing?
Yeah.
Should we tag that on to the end of this, or should we do that another time?
Oh, I wish you'd asked me that earlier. I would have made some graphics. Save it for another time now. Save it for another time.
Okay.
But basically, me and Brandon obviously want to talk about our experience with Spider-Man. Shall we start with that? So before we get into the toys, as people come rolling through the door, let's talk about Spider-Man. So no spoilers. We're not going to talk spoilers. And I'm not really a film reviewer as well, but I do feel like this is an event type movie, and I sort of wanted to talk to someone about my experience, because it was such a weird experience in the cinema. Like, so Brandon, I went to the cinema with the missus about 5:30, right? So middle of the day, 5:30. So you had seen it before me.
No, that's like
evening. Okay.
That's like That's like kids have finished school.
Don't I know it? Don't I know it?
People that work from home have finished work and been able to get over to the movies early.
Yeah.
They're going to do the movie and then have dinner.
Well, this is what we figured. So me and Amanda both had work, so I couldn't go until after 5 anyway. So 5:30 was the closest showing I could get. So we booked in for 5:30. So we went to the cinema, and then we got there and we've walked in and the cinema is packed already. Like before we even sit down, we've turned the corner. Do you know as you turn that corner and sometimes it's like an empty cinema? We turned that corner, it was packed with families, kids, groups of teenagers. I was like, and I already hate, I don't want to say hate people because that's pretty harsh, but like I like my own space. And one thing I've appreciated, if there is any silver lining from the COVID era, is that the cinemas were nice and spacious. There was no one fighting elbows with me, no one stinking me up with nachos around me. Do you know, like there was space. Well, those rules are out the window. So like every seat was full virtually. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 spattered around that weren't full. Every seat was full. So I've sat down. And I did the gracious thing and sat next to the people and let Amanda have the little gap. So I sat next to this group of teenagers who were annoying the shit out of me the whole way through. And I had kids behind me as well. So already I'm on edge. Before the film's even started, I'm on edge because there's people talking to the side of me, kids talking behind me. And I'm like, I wish I would have come at like late at night and or something like. But I needed to see this film. I knew I couldn't avoid spoilers anymore. This was such a unique cinema experience because there were so many reactions, and I won't say what the reactions were about or anything, but like usually, Brandon, you can agree with me, in the UK, a cinema experience is pretty tame, like pretty chilled. Like even when crazy things are happening on screen, there's no a cheer, there's no like round of applause. It's just everyone's just sitting eating their popcorn, enjoying the film. I felt like I was in, no offense to my US fans, but you know what I'm talking about. I felt like I was in like the middle of America, like people were going crazy, like screaming. Like I had a group of lads squealing like girls next to me, like, and these were teenage lads as well, like at certain parts of this movie, like getting up out their chair, and Amanda's like laughing her head off, and I'm just like, please everyone shut up, I'm trying to listen to the dialogue. Do you know, like really stressing out. Such a weird experience. Like I've never been to a cinema with reactions like that. As I said,
like they actually stood up.
Yes, as in like screaming, cheer, like the biggest reaction I've ever seen in any cinema ever. Like Endgame, there was a few woos or something, but it was quite, as I said, usually in the UK we're pretty tame. This was crazy. Like I've never had a cinema experience like it. Not saying I enjoyed that type of vibe. I'd much rather just everyone chill, let me listen, let me watch. Because I'm enjoying what I'm seeing as well, but I'm not the type. This is why I don't do reaction videos on YouTube, because I'm sitting there, and even if I'm having the time of my life, this is my reaction. Even if I hate it, this is my reaction. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a reactor. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm sitting there enjoying what I see, and these kids were going crazy, absolutely crazy. It's such a weird experience. I do want to go and see it again in the cinema and with a bit more of a chilled environment. But such a weird day, such a weird experience, and what a good film as well. Like I still need to digest on it as well, but I'm just going to say off the bat, we had conversations about who our favourite Spider-Man is. This film is sort of segmented Tom Holland as like this could have pushed him to the top of any Spider-Man list. Like I think his performance was really good throughout the whole film, and a lot of the stuff I disliked about the MCU Spider-Man, this film sort of fixed in many ways. And I want to talk about it in more detail when we get into spoiler territory, but like a lot of the things I disliked about the MCU's version of Spider-Man, by the end of this movie, they're fixed, and it's made me excited for more. Like, where's they gonna go with Spider-Man? Like, and not for the reasons you're thinking. Like, if you've not seen the film, you're probably thinking, oh, I know what he's talking about. No, you don't. You don't. Like, I'm excited for the future of Spider-Man for reasons that you don't even know yet. Like, and it's not what you're thinking. It's not like, I don't know. It's hard to speak. But me and Brandon, I let Brandon obviously have his experience as well. But we do plan on doing a spoiler stream at some point. It may be just like an hour, just so I can geek out with someone, because I said to Brandon, I nearly phoned him last night because I was coming out the cinema ready to explode. Like I had so many thoughts. And Amanda did not care. She did not care. Yeah. So Brandon, you tell me yours. You had a bit more of a chilled vibe, I imagine.
Yeah, so I went not during peak hours.
Clever man.
So my cinema was relatively empty. It was still busy, but I went to the biggest screen at my cinema, and had the center row, center of the thing. Like it was like we picked the best seats in the whole thing, and didn't have anybody sat near us. Was nice and quiet and chilled. But when it came time for people to cheer and scream and shout, they cheered and screamed and shouted.
Okay, they did, yeah.
Like they did. They really like did. And I remember when I went to see Endgame, I can't recall people cheering like that apart from maybe the Cap and Mjolnir part, maybe, to be fair. But I think other than that, I don't think anyone, I've never heard in an MCU movie had people cheer and scream and shout. So, or any movie for that matter. So that was a very weird experience. But I think it was very deserved because of the moments that they were cheering for, and trust me, there were many. But I mean, I think this is the best live action Spider-Man movie. I think it, the gold standard typically is Spider-Man 2. I think it blew Spider-Man 2 out the water, personally. The question was, is it the best Spider-Man movie, period? I don't think so. Spider-Verse still tops it for me. However, I can't remember what I said last time when we were talking about our favorite Spider-Mans, but like having rewatched the other 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Spider-Man movies, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame as well, I think what everybody had said that from when I watched the other movies, that Toby was the best Peter, that Andrew was the best Spider-Man and was the best of both. This movie solidified that fact that Tom is the best of both. Like he really brings like a really serious ending to that performance in this movie.
I can see the chat getting very worried that we're getting into spoiler territory. No spoilers, by the way. You all know Tom Holland's in this film, and all we're saying is that we both enjoyed Tom Holland's portrayal of Spider-Man. We're not even saying there's other Spider-Man in this film, and even if there is, it may not be what you're thinking. Like, we're gonna have a spoiler talk. So I need to talk this out with people that want to listen. Yeah. So we will. But, I mean, we will move away.
Nothing we have said is a spoiler. All we've said is that the movie is better than other Spider-Man movies. That Tom Holland gives a good performance.
Yes.
And if I'm honest, if you've not yet seen it, then you need to go ASAP, because I mean, if you're in the UK at least, if you're in the US, I know it's not out till tomorrow, but there are spoilers everywhere for this movie already. Clips.
I come home, right? I come home and my YouTube, like, so a channel I'm not even subscribed to was just there. My front page playing a scene. So
the most 2 or 3 of the biggest scenes in this movie were on YouTube and everywhere else.
It's crazy. More. Go and see it. Go and see it, people. Try and avoid the spoilers. I don't think seeing spoilers will ruin the film for you, but try and enjoy it as it should be seen, because we're getting to spoiler talk. We'll do a separate spoiler talk.
Just one last thing on it though. One last thing on it, that if because I know that during the press junket, Amy Pascal, one of the producers at Sony, or the producer for Spider-Man at Sony, said they want to do another trilogy and so on. I think if they got to give the MCU Spider-Man like a long 6-9 movie, 3 trilogy arc, I think the best is just yet to come, really.
Yeah, and we'll talk about why I think the best is still to come when we can. But I'm very aware that the numbers are dropping because we're talking Spider-Man. No spoilers.
Because that last scene, Dan.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. But okay, let's talk about toys. Let me throw them on the camera screen so people can actually see, because we're probably muted on a lot of things. But I promise you, nothing we said was spoilery. They were just general sports about Tom Holland and the movie.
Listen, guys, I'm reading some of the chat. You guys, love you all.
People are so
reacting.
I know people are panicking. People are panicking, aren't they? I don't blame them though. The world that we live in at the minute, I don't blame them. We're not spoiling nothing. Today we're talking about toys. Let's spoil some toy news for you.
Yes, let's go for it.
So today,
22 new Marvel Legends.
Really? Is that today. How many you counted?
Yeah, 22. Yeah.
Okay,
so I wanted to prove a point to Mrs. Hero. I was like, this is how many were revealed. This is how many I'm getting.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that as we go through.
Yes, that's it.
So let's first sort of recap what happened. So before the Fan First Thursday with the actual Marvel team, as usually is the case, MCU products get revealed via other forms of entertainment and sources. So I believe maybe Yahoo it was originally posted some stuff, but even still, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, the toys have been revealed. So there's no footage or anything out there yet, which is surprising. But here are the toys. So, which is usually the case when it comes to toys as well. So we've got a wave. I can't even remember the Build-A-Figure's name. Is it Ura? We'll get to it. But it's the spot. It's the Ura. It could be Ura. No, I don't know. We'll get to it. I can't read anyway. I'm super dyslexic, so I'm not going to remember a name. I need it spoken to me before it sinks in. But here you go. I keep saying Spider-Man now. He's on the brain. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 MCU figures and 2 comic figures. But it is a wave to accompany the movie, so that makes sense. But still, both comic figures are like first time in the line Marvel Legends. So like as a comic book fan, gotta appreciate that.
And there was a running theme today as well with first time in the line.
Yeah, a lot of reason for comic book fans to be happy. And Nathan in the chat has used his 10-month membership token to say that part in the film, the cinema erupted into cheers and I erupted into tears. Haven't had this much fun with a film in ages. Yes. But again, we will save the Spider-Man talk for a separate stream where we can just go crazy, and then if people don't want to watch it, they don't have to watch it. But I need to talk to someone. But we're going to talk about this Spider-Man. Get him out the brain, Dan. Get him out the brain. Who are we talking about right now, Brandon?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Thank you. Let's go through these. All right. So we have just had a Doctor Strange in the No Way Home wave, which I don't even have yet. But here, as it predicted, here's another Doctor Strange. But this time, his look has been altered a little bit. It seems like his attire changes just a tiny bit for his new movie, Multiverse of Madness. So as expected, he will come with 2 interchangeable power effects, which is nice. I do like it when they're actually sculpted into the hand rather than a handle. So I do prefer it that you do it this way. It does look good for display. And yeah, we do get the alternative magic hands as well, which Dwight said will have scars and stuff on, as you would expect for Strange. I
think this is also all new sculpt for Strange.
It seems that way. It's a new costume. It's got his very comic accurate sort of signia sculpted in the lighter blue as well, which is very comic book accurate. So
yeah, he's also not had an ab crunch before. He usually has that. He usually has the ball joint at the
yes, you're right.
hip.
You're right. Yeah.
And I think the legs are new because the legs are pinless.
Just all pinless.
Yeah, I think it's all pinless.
Nice.
I don't remember seeing the pins on the arms, but I think there you can definitely see they're not on the legs.
Yeah, this looks good.
I don't know if I think the likeness is good, but I don't know if the likeness is as good as the No Way Home Strange.
Well, now we can swap and change, pop them off, switch them about. We have those options, and I always say I like options.
That's my conflict with this, though. We knew this was coming, and that we knew that we were just getting another Strange. We were probably going to get another Strange, but I don't know.
Well, people like you and me sort of have similar rules where we try and have the best representation of the character. Yeah. So if we're only going to have one version of Strange, we want the best version. But there's so many other people out there that collect the figures in regards to films. So they're going to have a Spider-Man shelf. They're going to have a Doctor Strange movie shelf. Do you know? So other people collect different ways. So it's just another option out there if you want another Stephen Strange. Shout out for the super chat.
Dominique Smith donated
Thank you, Dominique.
$4.99. I wasn't gonna grab the full Doctor Strange 2 wave, but the BAF will probably be a likable character, so I pre-ordered everything. We'll sell comic figs.
Thank you very much, Dominique Smith. He says, I wasn't going to grab the full Doctor Strange 2 wave, but the Build-A-Figure will probably be a likable character, so I pre-ordered everything. We'll sell comic figs. And again, that's the magic with Marvel Legends, is that there's always going to be someone out there that wants to grab the comic figs off you, or someone out there that wants to grab the MCU figures off you. So, yeah, you're doing the sensible thing there, getting the whole wave and just sell off what you don't want. You'll make your money back, minus the figure, you know what I'm talking about, easy. But we don't know anything about our Build-A-Figure, but we'll talk about him when we get to it. He may be a very horrible villain. You don't know he's likable, even though he looks like he could be a friendly guy. So, yeah, there you go. There's Doctor Strange. three interchangeable sets of hands. I didn't even notice that. So he does have a fist and another sort of portal making hand, which is pretty good actually. So that's pretty good for Strange. Seems like a new cape as well. There it is in the box. I always like seeing figures in the box, Brandon. Don't know why. It just makes me think like they're nearly here. Like there they are. They're nearly. These boxes exist and someone took pictures of them. These will be here probably January, February, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, next one. There's the Build-A-Figure. Let's skip him for a second. We'll save him for last. Does look good though. Have no idea who he is. Let me cross off that. Let me just skip to. Let's skip to this guy. This is ticking off a character, Brandon, on my MCU wish list. He's been in quite a few movies now. He was in Shang-Chi. He's in the new Spider-Man film. That's not a spoiler. He's in the trailer, for God's sake. He was in Endgame. He was in Infinity War. He was in Doctor Strange. Like, he's been about Wong, and now we finally have a figure of him in his new attire. Bit of colour this time. And I was about to say something, but then I can't say it because it would be a spoiler.
No, you can't.
Yeah, but you know what I wanted to say. But anyway, here's Wong. Hey. So I'm very happy to add him to the shelf. The likeness looks pretty good, and just like Strange, he has those two mystical ability effect pieces. So him and Strange posed up together on the shelf will look really nice, I think, with those display pieces. He even comes with a sword that we don't know anything about yet, but he comes with the hands to hold them as well as some mystical hands. And I like how he has his sling ring actually sculpted onto his belt there as well, which is a nice little piece. So there he is, the pretty promotional pictures. What do you think of Wong, Brandon?
Yeah, man, I think this is great. I think the likeness is lovely. It's just what we wanted. I love the colors on this costume of his. I think that
Shout out to Tap real quick. He says 2 Wongs don't make a right, but a Wong made by Dwight. Okay, I nearly tripped up saying that. Thank you very much, Mark Tatak. I used the channel membership token to say that. Again, remember to use the hit and miss emojis, people. And if you're a channel member, and I'll read a couple out as we go through, because a lot of people were screaming Wong at me when I threw this up. But yeah, a lot of hits so far. Phil, Tatak, Jamie, George, Matt, Damien. Yeah, pal. A lot of people liking this.
Yeah, I think it looks great. And the arms are pinless, right? I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, usually, but now with the MCU figures going forward, if they are new sculpts, and I would assume everything's going to be pinless.
Starting off that way, yeah.
Yeah, because if it's they have
like the legs could be.
They have the money to make new parts, and yeah, I think they're going to keep using that new technology now. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like.
He just looks great. Likeness is great. So wait, I assume Are you backing the whole wave, or are you picking and choosing, or how are you going?
No, it's a Marvel Legends wave, isn't it? So I'm all in. I'm all in for the wave at this point. We'll go through all the figures, and then you can tell us which ones you're actually picking up or not, because I can imagine from that comment you're being very selective. Yes, which is fine, which a lot of people will be as well. Firstly for Chicken, he used the channel membership token to say, I'm just going to say everything announced today was a hit for me. There you go, nice and simple. I'll just say Firstly for Chicken said hit for everything. Beautiful. 3 comic figures in the Doctor Strange wave. Is it though? I think there's only 2. I think the Build-A-Figure's a movie, but we're free if we're wrong. Yeah. Very colourful. I don't like the sling ring and the bout. If he has it on his hands, says Mike. Yeah, it would have been nice to have it on an interchangeable hand maybe, but still, it's just a little accessory, little Easter egg on the bout. And if he hasn't got it on his hands, at least it makes sense. And he's not holding one and got one on his bout, if you know what I mean. But again, there you go. There's the pretty promotional pictures. And again, I like how they've filled the box up with accessories. Because even though it is just interchangeable hands, it still makes it for a dynamic pose. Shout out Ultimate Carnage with the super chat.
£4.49.
Let Friday read that.
Sup Dan and Brandon, I think with this wave I think we don't need a spiritual form of Doctor Strange, but instead got a Scarlet Witch.
Interesting. So thank you very much, Ultimate Carnage, for the super chat. He says, sup Dan and Brandon, I think with this wave, I think we don't need the spiritual form of Doctor Strange, but instead got a Scarlet Witch. And I guess she was a gap, or a character people were expecting to see in this wave that we didn't see. Maybe they're saving her for something else. We shall see. Still plenty of time before the movie comes out. And we'll get to Spiritual Strange in a second. There she is. Who picked that as favorite MCU figure? Was that Ryan who picked that as their favorite MCU figure of the year? It's a great choice. Talking of, there you go, perfect segue. Thank you very much, Ultimate Carnage. Here we have the spiritual form Doctor Strange. Now, I actually do have the Astral Strange from the very first Doctor Strange wave, the Dormammu Build-A-Figure wave one, which was just basically a white plastic version of Strange. But like Dwight said, they didn't know what astral form even looked like in the concept of the MCU, so they just had to imagine it from the comics, which makes a lot of sense now you think about it, like, because in the comics it is white, ghost-like, so you can see how now they've switched it up, and now they're using more of the translucent sort of blues on this, grayed out face. So this is definitely an upgrade to the previous Astral Strange. They're calling this the spiritual form. Do you like this, Brandon? It's obviously just Doctor Strange mold that we've already got, but in a different plastic.
Yeah, I think this is really good. I'll be honest. I think this is really good. The reason why is because the previous Astral Form Strange, like you said, it was just the white plastic. You know, not to knock it. I mean, it was 2016. It was a different time for Legends, but with what they can do now, I think this, as Dwight said, it's a much better rendition of that version of Strange. I think this is a really fun figure to add to the wave.
Great for posing and display as well, because
I think it will be a lot more fun for the wave. So I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, you can have this guy hovering anywhere on your shelf, and it's just Strange in astral form. You can have him right behind Stephen, no matter which version of Stephen it is. I think he's actually got the Eye of Agamotto on a brace necklace there, so I think it's more of it looks similar to the previous mold. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't got any of these yet.
I think that's the
Far From Home.
Yeah, I think that's the No Way Home Strange body.
No Way Home,
which is the pinless arms, same head from the No Way Home figure. That's the exact same as this.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all.
Yeah, which is cool. I think it's good.
It comes with the lamp as well from Aladdin. So if you rub that, a genie will come out. It makes me. I see that lamp and just makes me want to sing Arabian Nights, Arabian Nights. Sandstorm hitting me and something. But yeah, it comes with a lamp. The Eye of Agamotto, which doesn't have the time stone in anymore. It's some interchangeable hands and a moose's head, but we'll talk about him very soon. But yeah, very nice. Different, like Brandon said, different rendition of the Astral Form Strange, but definitely an upgrade to the previous one we had. And if you've got all three of these now, well, if you've got the other one, you could make some sort of picture, especially for ACBA, where you're utilising all three versions of Strange, where maybe is, like coming out of himself and it's like white to this or this to white or something.
Yeah.
Like, could definitely make something work maybe. But options are always good and something a little bit different. Never going to complain, and there it is in the box. Again, that lamp is so predominant. Aladdin fans are going to love this. Next up, brand new character. We know nothing about her in regards to the MCU. Hasn't even had we haven't seen a frame of her on screen yet. But it is, of course, America Chavez in her MCU. So her MCU look takes inspiration from her comic look. But I'm not familiar with the actress, unfortunately, so I do apologise. But I'm looking forward to seeing how she's portrayed in the MCU, because I believe she has multiverse hopping abilities, right? So she can jump around and probably going to team up with Strange and Scarlet Witch there. But always really appreciate adding new characters to the collection straight off the bat, because if I really like her once I've seen the film, I'm going to want her in figure form to add to the shelf, and it's always frustrating when you're like, damn, I got to wait a whole year for this to be made. But no, we don't. She's here before we're going to have this in our hands before the film's even out, I imagine. Brandon, what do you think?
Bro, she's double pinless. I mean, if you've been here for 71 weeks, you know that I've been looking forward to America Chavez, both a comic figure or an MCU figure. Very excited to see her in Multiverse of Madness. I love this. I mean, look at the deco on the denim jacket. The shoes look great. The likeness looks great. And she has both open palmed hands and fists.
Yes, her accessories are essentially interchangeable hands. Yes.
The best part of this entire wave is the amount of hands that we're getting in this wave.
Lots of hands.
Every figure has all the hands you could want for those figures. Did we hit 100?
We hit 100, so I've just put the flashy lights on. If you know, you know. They started doing that recently this year with the Eternals. Like, we didn't get many accessories, but every Eternal at least came with a set of interchangeable fisted hands. And I do think that should be a standard with figures, just because, like, it's the neutral pose, isn't it? Whether it's fighting or just the neutral look. I don't know. I think it should come with standard with Marvel Legends. Fisted hands on every figure. But yeah, she looks really good.
I like having the dynamic of like, you know, like if she's jumping or something like that, you know, she would go maybe with the open palms.
Lots of hits in the chat as well. The regulars as well. George, Phil, Tom, CJ,
this actress is,
JC.
This actress is young as well. I think she's a
newbie. I like that though. I like that the MCU will throw in a few
15,
newbies.
16, something like that.
I think
it'd be cool, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's cool to get young, fresh blood into the MCU.
People like her and Miss Marvel, like, are going to be like, not Miss Marvel. What's her name? Yeah, Miss Marvel. Yeah, I am right. Yeah, so they're new actresses, ain't they? So like fresh blood. Yeah. So we have no attachment to that actor or actress in a different role. Where some bigger names, when they come into the MCU, they're very easy to spot because you're like, oh, that's so and so. So it's nice when they can bring in some fresh blood and they can sort of, especially when it's a character we haven't seen in live action form before, they can really make it their own and like grab hold. So yeah, I look forward to adding new characters to the shelf and seeing new characters on screen. And she looks great, as Brandon said, pinless, lightness looks great. Options.
I just love pinless legs, man.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks so seamless. Like, pinless arms, they look seamless too, but like, it's just on the legs is where you really
just think we're spoiled now, like aesthetically pleasing. Like, as a kid, I'd collect toys, and the toys, like all the Kenner figures I had as a kid, they sort of had same character elements as like the same kind of t-shirt or the same hat, but they never actually looked like anything you could see on screen. Like, so you had to just, that was the closest representation you had. This day and age, we are spoiled, and Marvel Legends are a prime example of like how accurate of a representation in plastic you can have of a character for your shelf. It's like the film miniaturized and put on your shelf. Like, it is crazy how accurate some of these figures can be. We are spoiled these days. Like, looks great. Looks really, really good. So another MCU figure. Again, if you're not collecting MCU, not a problem. Not for you. Really like Baron Mordo as well. Like, there was no surprise we'd probably see him again in the MCU. So I'm not surprised to see him turn up as a figure. He's obviously been in hiding for a little bit. He was in the end credits of the Doctor Strange movie, where he was stealing powers, wasn't he, off other magic users, if you will.
Yeah, taking the magic back, I think.
Yeah, so he's obviously been growing his powers, abilities, and growing his hair as well. He's got some nice dreads going on. A new weapon, it seems.
Is this even our universe's version of Mordo?
Interesting. I see what you're saying. That's a good point. It is the multiverse of madness. Where is this Mordo? Is it the Mordo we've already seen, or is it a different one? Good point. But it looks really nice. Definitely looks better than the previous Mordo we had. That previous Doctor Strange wave, like Brandon said, we got in 2016. Just think those figures were probably first created, made concepts all in 2015, which was way before the digital face printing tech. So this figure, the Doctor Strange, none of them had that digital face printing tech. So the likenesses were like close, but nowhere near the level they are now. So like, this is just a massive upgrade for Baron Mordo, I think. And his attire looks a lot more interesting as well compared to the sort of more plainer robes that he previously had. But I do have the previous Baron Mordo just at the back of the villain shelf, because you can't really, the likeness isn't there, so he stands out like a sore thumb amongst our current Marvel Legend collection. So it's nice to get an upgrade where we can. And I'm curious to see, like Brandon said, is this our version of Baron Mordo or a different multiverse version? We shall see. But the figure's good. It comes with a crossbow as well. I didn't even notice that until I just flicked across there. Crossbow, some sort of stick weapon. But yeah, looking good. There it is. That's everything that comes in the box. So again, 3 sets of hands with him. Open palm, 2 tighter grips for his weapons, and then fisted hands as well. So yeah, this guy looks good. You
really good.
Looking forward to...
Look at all those hands, man. Yeah. My goodness me.
Brandon's easy to please, people. Just pinless legs.
just,
He would buy a
honestly-
figure with pinless legs and just hands in the box. He doesn't even need an upper torso or a head. Just
No.
legs and hands.
Yeah, literally.
There it is. Looks great in the box as well.
Looks so good, man.
Let's move into some of the comic characters as well.
Yes.
So this was highly speculated, and this is one of the teases that Ryan said on a previous live stream where it was a Marvel trading card in the early 90s that was a character that was never done in figure form. Here he is, Sleepwalker. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to you I know much about Sleepwalker, but I will learn. And that's what I love about these type of characters. Is like, they look interesting. He sort of looks like an alien green goblin, like alien hobgoblin type thing. Do you see what I'm saying with there?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, you're definitely sharing some parts from the Green Goblin with the Hobgoblin with the tattered like hood cape. But he looks interesting.
I was gonna say, is it the same cape as any of the goblins?
I'm just guessing it's Hobgoblin, but it could be like Demo Goblin or someone like that. I'm just trying to have a look around in my archive of legends.
Yeah, I was just trying to zoom in on the on pictures of it.
Yeah, I think it's the Demo Goblin,
cool,
maybe. But it's yeah, it looks interesting. Again, I look forward to learning more about this character, and that's why I like these type of figures. They make me go and learn more about these characters and find out things I like. And again, it's a new comic figure to add to the collection. When it comes to my comic collection of Marvel Legends, I don't have everything. Like, I cannot afford to buy everything. But when there's a new character, I have to get the new character. Like, if this is the only version of Sleepwalker, and then I need Sleepwalker on the shelf. I always like expanding that universe on the shelf. So I like in Sleepwalker. What does he come with? Does he come with any accessories? Let's have a little skip through. It doesn't seem like he does. Maybe interchangeable hands. Brandon will be happy. There you go. Fisted hands and interchangeable open palm hands. So, yeah, it looks pretty good. Nice and simple design, but accurate to what we see on the comic page. So, liking that as well. So yeah, there he is in the box with a purple background. Marvel's Sleepwalker. Next up, a character we have seen already revealed by Marvel Legends. It is, of course, Despair. Now, this was revealed when we asked them to show us a villain, I think it was. And this guy looks good as well. Again, another character that I'm not going to pretend I know much about, but just looks simple, but I don't know, just interesting. I like I always like black and white, first and foremost, by the way. It's like bold, sharp, it stands out, smart, and it sort of looks like the Punisher is a demon. Like, I know that's not what it is, but do you know what I mean? He has that like school face with the black and white. I see what you're saying, yeah, for sure. So like, I don't know, I just like this character. Even Dwight said that he as this figure came to be, he seemed to like it a lot more. Again, another tatty cape. Obviously, this guy in Sleepwalker can't keep their capes tidy, but it looks good. This cape's definitely got no reuse there. I don't recognise that at all. I think it's on the Sunfire body mold, which is not a nice Marvel Legend body as well. Yeah, the face looks good. So yeah, a character I don't know much about, but another, just like Sleepwalker, brand new comic character to further expand our comic collections. And yeah, this looks good. And there's that closer look of the skull face with those red eyes. Definitely has Punisher vibe. You see why I said demon-y Punisher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I like black and white figures as well. I don't know, it just stands out. Looks good. There he is. And there you go. So there's that. So before we get into anything else, let's go back to the Build-A-Figure. Because the Build-A-Figure. So what's this? How do you say this Build-A-Figure's name? Let me scroll up. Let me see if
I thought it was Rintra.
Rintra,
right,
there it is. Rintra. Rintra. Yeah, you're as I said, I'm stupidly. I can't speak English.
I can't remember how they pronounce it.
Let's say they avoided it. I went back and listened, and only Ryan had the guts to say it. Dan didn't say it.
Really?
Dwight kept referring to him as Green Minute. Yeah. So if you go back, because I tried to, I was like, I need to learn how to say this name. Ryan said it once, and then everyone else avoided saying it. Dwight kept referring to him as Green Minotaur and this guy, and he looks great. Like, no one said his name again, just that one time.
That's so funny.
So yeah, I'm sure we will all like. Just think, I've learned every name of every Eternal. I now know all of the Shang-Chi figures.
Let's see. How many Eternals can you name? Quick, one game.
Icarus, Cersei, Sprite, Fastos, Kingo, Druig, Ajax, Thena. Oh shit, I've got more. Shit.
I think so.
Gilgamesh,
No.
Gilgamesh and Makari. There you go. I
Wow,
got them all.
well done.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
This is what I'm saying, and that's an example of like, once I'm invested in something, like I'm like a sponge. Like my brain stores pointless knowledge, but when it comes to stuff I'm actually passionate about, it absorbs it. So right now we're looking at this figure, going, I don't know who he is, Green Minotaur guy, but I guarantee you, this time next year, I'll be like, bloody, I loved Rinra or whatever his name was. But I need to hear it said a few times. Say his name for me a few times, Brandon. Let me try and absorb it. Let me use my sponge ability.
I think it's Rintra, right?
Rintra.
I mean, that's how it reads. Is
Rintra.
You know, but I think so. They confirmed that this is a movie figure. Phil Jones, our number one hype man, had already confirmed it to us as well. He's being played by Adam something in the MCU. Let me see what Phil said earlier. Phil said. Where's it going?
So we're assuming this is an MCU character from the multiverse. That's why we've never seen him before, and he's some sort of sorcerer. Like, so
by the looks of it, it could be like an alternate.
He's wearing the robes and stuff, isn't he? So like, he could be another multiverse sorcerer. I'm sure. An interesting character, interesting figure. I like green animals. I'm a big fan of Bucky O'Hare. And now I've got a green moose or green bull to go along with my green rabbit. But yeah, it looks good. It looks like an interesting figure. And again, not one that anyone predicted as a Build-A-Figure, because no one even knew this guy existed yet. Is he a comic character as well? Like
Adam Hugel.
Okay, so that's confirmation.
Adam Hugel.
So that actor is playing this character in the movie.
Apparently, yeah.
So that's how we can confirm this is an MCU figure. The Marvel team did also say it as well, but just for anyone unsure, this is an MCU figure. So that would make this wave have two comic figures. Two comic figures with Despair and Sleepwalker. Everything else, including the Build-A-Figure, is an MCU figure for the people keeping score. But Brandon, just before we move on from the wave, you're a fan of the Build-A-Figure? Again, I know we don't know anything about him yet, but does it look interesting? Is it the type of thing you'd buy if you? It's a new character for the shelf, right?
That's the thing. So at first I wasn't sure if it was MCU or comic, and I was kind of thinking, oh great, it's comic. You know, and then that means I don't have to get it, right? Like, it's a Build-A-Figure. I don't know who the character. I don't think the character. Great, money saved. As good as he looked, that was my thinking, right? And then Phil confirmed that he is a movie figure, and then the stream confirmed he's a movie figure, and of course that MCU shelf needs one of every character. So
here he is. So Google. I've just Googled him. So he is a 616 character, according to the internet. So he could be in our universe, just at some other sanctum, maybe. But yeah, there he is. So he is a comic character, of course, now in live action. And there it is, Adam Hugel playing him.
My favourite thing about this figure, Dan,
yes,
is, guess what?
I'm assuming this guy doesn't have pins. Oops. Let's have a look.
I don't think he does, actually, but that wasn't what I was thinking of.
Does he have fisted hands?
He has interchangeable hands. How many times do we get a bath and the bath doesn't have interchangeable hands?
Yeah, a few times.
Like, they have like a gripping hand that means nothing, and then a fist or something like that, right?
Yeah.
My guy has fisted hands and cuppy hands.
Cuppy hands. That's the official name for him. Cuppy hands.
Well, like, you know, they're like C cup. So yeah. Anyway,
these would grab a C cup.
I set myself up for that one. But yeah, I mean, so personally, I think it looks cool. I mean, I'm really excited to see how the heck they're bringing in Minotaur.
Look, we all love a rock guy called Korg from Ragnarok. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sure they're going to make us like this guy.
This is more than welcome.
Yeah, we like talking trees that can only say 3 words. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the MCU can make us like this guy. Even if he is a good guy, like he could be a villain. I need to do my
and if
research.
he is a villain, then he looks cool too.
Usually, Comic Vine give you a quick synopsis on the character. Let's see if they can do that.
Who is he?
Who
This is
is
the part
he?
of the video.
Yeah. Usually I do a lot of research before. Is an alien sorcerer in training who is studying under Doctor Strange. There you go. We've just educated the people. So it seems like he could be 616 in our universe, but Strange he could be like an assistant to Strange or like a mentor. Strange is his mentor. A student of Doctor Strange.
Sorcerer Supreme Junior.
Yeah. So there you go. If you want to read about him, the internet. There you go. There's a whole origin there. Have a little read. That's how I sneakily learn about things. Is go to their Wikipedia pages. They're not always true though. Anyway, or ask Rich M, the super producer.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. Personally, for me, I'm picking up.
Okay, yeah, let's go to that. Let me go over to Wave. Okay, so you tell us. I'm all in, so that's easy. I'm all in. It's a Marvel Legends wave, MCU based. I'm in. You tell us, who are you picking up in this wave?
I'm going for 3.
Can I try and guess what 3?
Yes, you can.
Wong, because we need Wong. Obviously, America Chavez, because you said it yourself. You love pinless legs. You can't help yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
And then one more. I think for you, in your brain, you've got the No Way Home Strange. So until you've seen this movie and really love it, you're probably going to think you don't need another Strange just yet. So, and like when it comes to comic figures, when they're a little bit off the beaten track, you're not in a rush to get them, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either Mordo or the Astral Strange. But we haven't seen that version of Mordo yet. We don't know much about him. I'm going to say the Astral Strange.
Oh,
was it Mordo? It should have been Mordo.
Yeah, it is Mordo. I tried to throw you off by saying about how cool the Astral Strange looks. But yeah, no, it's going to be Wong, obviously, America Chavez, obviously, and Baron Mordo, because I think that likeness looks amazing. I think that the hair and the beard sculpted looks amazing.
I would have went.
Those hands look amazing.
If you would have asked me this at the start of the stream, I would have guessed those 3. But it was the way you reacted to the Astral one, thinking it was better than I thought you'd think of it. It made me think, okay, ACBA, you might like a picture or something.
That's the thing. I am tempted on the 2 Strangers. I think I'll probably wait to see the reviews of the main Strange first. And if the reviews convince me that it's worth replacing the No Way Home Strange with, then I will. I think Gahubri J said earlier that his No Way Home Strange is like his like Infinity Saga Strange.
Okay. That's a good way to put it.
So I could see it that it's worth keeping, that Strange, ziplocked and bubble wrapped in a separate box to pull out for photos if and when necessary. And that new one could be the main shelf one. Astral Strange as well, because it would look cool in photos maybe. But I think for now the main 3 are those 3. And I'm hoping that if this wave drops well before the movie, people won't be so interested in the bath, and so therefore will be quick to sell off the bath parts for me to complete the bath. Because I know that any new MCU figures, if it's a new character of an MCU character, if it's a new figure of a new character, then it'll make my shelf for sure.
Right, I'm putting a poll up, just as we've talked about this Strange wave. Yes. Right, I'm asking the question just simply, are you buying this wave? I'm putting 3 options. Yes, all in. No, thank you. And then I'll put another option. I'll just put picking and choosing. And I guarantee you that's probably what wins. Okay.
Yeah, I reckon.
So there you go. I've asked him the question. The question should pop up within the chat. So if you're watching live, do get involved with the discussion. The question is simply, are you buying the Marvel Legends Doctor Strange wave? You can see them all on screen right now. So you got Doctor Strange and Wong in their new attire from the movie. We've got the astral form of Strange, America Chavez, Baron Mordo, and then 2 comic figures with the brand new Build-A-Figure as well. That is MCU, but we've not seen him yet. So yeah, essentially this wave has 2 new comic figures for your shelf that we've never had before, and 3 new MCU characters we've never seen before. Right, upgrades with the other 2 as well, but 3 brand new MCU characters we've never had before, with the Build-A-Figure, America Chavez, and Wong. So there you go. I'm asking the question. So far, 47% say they're all in. So yeah, I think this wave probably surprised a few people. A lot of people, like earlier Super Chat was saying, Surprised not to see Scarlet Witch, since we do know she's going to be in this film. Like, they announced that a long time ago.
I mean, I'm not. We just got a pretty amazing Scarlet Witch. I think if she has I think she could be like the Target. Oh no, we've got the Target exclusive, haven't we?
Well, that's
usually they do like a Target.
That leads us perfectly into the Target exclusive. So, of course, usually the wave is accompanied by another figure, and that's exactly what this is. So this was definitely a surprising figure to see, because we have never seen. At first, when I first seen this, like a glance on my phone, I thought this was a comic figure. I thought, okay, this is obviously a comic version of Strange. And then I seen this Doctor Strange movie logo, and I'm like, oh, it's a movie figure. But it's a brand new, like, we haven't seen Strange, like, as we've just seen from what we were just talking about, apart from the astral form Strange, we haven't seen Strange change his attire drastically yet. It's always been the blue robes with the cape, the reds, the blues. We never even got the figure with the yellow gloves when he was in Thor Ragnarok. But this, never seen this look before. Do you like it, Brandon?
Well, my question, Dan, is this a different look for Strange? Or is this a variant of Strange?
The multiverse. We could be asking that question for every single figure we reveal about this movie. The movie is called Multiverse of Madness. So foolish me for even asking. But you're not wrong.
Because I got to be honest with you, I expected a different version of Strange.
Yep.
In this wave. So it'd be interesting to see what this is. But I mean, look, for me, if it is our Strange in a different suit, don't know if I will get it. If it is a variant of Strange, I will 100% get it.
Interesting. So if it's not the 616 Strange,
I'll get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then he has a fair place on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
The portal accessory is just the absolute icing on the cake.
I think a lot of people are going to be buying this wave just for the portal. People are going to be buying multiple of this figure
just for
more portals. So expect to see this figure on eBay and Mercari over there in the US, because people are going to want more portals, I think, including me. I want portals. I want portals all over my shelf.
Yeah. No, I know, and that's why I think I'm hoping it's a variant, because as well his head looks different. It's a different head sculpt. It's not the same head sculpt as the other ones.
Bit more, trimmed. Then he's a bit more trimmed.
Yeah, so that's what's making me think that maybe, just maybe, he's a bit different.
Yeah, the ACB are going to love that portal. This is really good. That's the type of thing. Yeah, of course. That could have been the type of thing to a headliner, an accessory pack, if you will. Do you know, like an Infinity Saga accessory pack with like the broken cap shield, a portal? Do you know, two that come to mind? But people are going to be buying this for the portal. The portal's the big deal of this.
If that portal would have been a $15 or £15 single pack, like those flight stands were.
Yes. Yeah, Hasbro team. If you're,
I would have got 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, Hasbro team. If you're lurking anywhere, right? This honestly, like, if you know the community, this portal will sell. Portal will sell. Like, sell this portal on its own. Give us a free pack of portals, and I'll buy it. Do you know, like, just tell the factory to leave that machine on that's making the portals, because the community want not just one portal. They want portals all over the place. They're like, Doctor Strange just turned them into sort of a signature of the MCU. Like,
and that portal scene, in Endgame is just.
MCU isn't 616, Tom says. I'm aware of that, but you know what I mean when I refer to 616. I'm on about the main canon of the movie universe. So I know what you're saying, but I know what I mean. And you know what I mean as well. Like the main canon of the MCU. I refer to 616. But I do think it's a more complicated question. But I've seen Tom just say that. Okay, Doctor Strange. So you said it all depends on who this Strange is, but you want that portal, so you may buckle and buy it anyway, it seems.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. What else we got? Okay, another reveal. Nothing to do with Doctor Strange. Didn't expect to see this. But never going to say no with new figures. It is Ragnarok. So it's basically the cyborg version of of Thor that Thor fights himself as well. So you can have this with the other Thor on your shelf, but it's basically another way for them to get out that 80th anniversary Thor body, because they've already gave us the Cap again in the Toy Biz reissues. Same with the Iron Man. They've given it a few times now. So they needed a way to give it Thor again. So Ragnarok, it's the same figure with a couple of interchangeable parts, which do technically make it a different character. So you can't even be too mad at the Marvel team, because when they can do stuff like this, you got to lean in that direction. So it looks like it's another character, another box set that people may want the accessory.
And he is a big part of that Civil War storyline. So it makes sense. It makes sense. I think personally, I'm going to try to pass on it, just because, you know, it is cool. I do adore that comic, but I just don't need it really. And I am kind of hoping that we get a modern comic Thor from them next year, because it is a big Thor year.
I'm sure we'll get that Donny Cates one, won't we? After
but I was hoping for like a new version of the Return to Marvel Legends Thor, costume, you know. That was like my favorite comic costume for Thor. So we'll see. But this is still really cool. I mean, the swinging Mjolnir accessory especially. I know we got the one with Diamond Select, but that didn't necessarily fit Legends properly, whereas this one clearly does. So
yeah, that's a little bit oversized, wasn't it, for Legends?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically the Diamond Select. We have seen this type of basically the same. I do think that the Legends have the when Ryan showed it off in the live stream, it was a bit more swirly. I think he's got a picture on it here. And shout out Toy Arc, by the way, because I was so busy today. I would have had, and Super Producer Rich is too busy as well. Like we would have been asking Phil to make me some stuff in Paint. So I'm glad that Toy Arc has put this together, so I can just jump and steal it. So today's show is sponsored by Toy Arc. But here you go. There was Ryan holding it. Looks like it's a decent size as well, and it spins like that and makes that spinny effect. So yeah, people will appreciate that. I was hoping that it was like it rotated. Do you know, like, so we could hold it and you could literally walk past and spin it, if you know what I mean? But it doesn't seem like that's the case. But that would have been pretty good to have like a spinner Mjolnir on the shelf. But yeah, there it is. So Ragnarok. So Dwight said in the live stream as well that it comes with an interchangeable head if you just wanted Thor, but the interchangeable head still has the red eyes. So at first I thought this was a sneaky way to give people another opportunity to get this Thor if they missed out. And like, very clever, it has the two heads. But no, both heads are the cyborg Thor. So this is literally just the cyborg Thor. So yeah, there you go. Both have the red eyes, but one has the metal plate off the face, and then he's got them both have,
which looks really cool.
Yeah, and a set of normal hands, but then a set of hands that both have metal on as well. So yeah, definitely robot Thor, but on the Thor body, which is a great Thor body, by the way. He's like literally right there on the shelf behind me.
Yeah, brilliant.
So yeah, these were all revealed, by the way. Everything we've talked about so far, we're an hour into the stream, and everything we talked about so far wasn't even like officially revealed on the stream. Like, this is before the stream even started. Of course, they recapped it, but this is before the stream even started. So before we sat down to watch, all this was revealed, which is crazy. So let's get into some other stuff. Let me jump to the chat real quick, and let me. I've been in such a fluster, Brandon, with all this news today. I forgot to even go through any housekeeping stuff. So real quick, as you're not about for a few days, a few weeks maybe. What's going to be on the Instagrams? You're not going to leave us, right? You got some pictures planned?
Yes. Oh, listen, I have a photo I have a photo to post every single day between now and the 9th of January. Like that account is going to be stocked up.
There you go.
I just posted something about Budapest with two of our fan favorite characters that have something to do with Budapest. So go and check that out.
Beautiful, beautiful. And as always, people, if you wanted to you want your comment heard today and at the same time support the channel, then Friday, as you've probably already heard it today, anything over £4 or $4, Friday will read your super chat out loud. So let us know your thoughts on these figures. Like, let us know your favorite one, what you're looking forward to next year. Like, Get your opinion heard out loud on the stream for us to talk about. And again, it helps support the channel. Thank you very much. And of course, you can also hit that join button and become a channel member, show some love, or join the members club. Members club know what it's all about. You can come and join me on a Legends and Liquor, and there will still be one more Legends and Liquor before the year is out. Oh wait, that's Turtle and Tea. There'll be one more Turtles and Tea before the year is out as well, but there will also be another Legends and Liquor before the year is out, recapping people's favourite figures of the year. So if you want to be on the channel talking about your favourite figures of the year, not just Legends, like I'm talking anything, then become a channel member, get involved, hit that join button, don't be shy, and we can talk some toys. Of course, as well, you can use the emojis, you get exclusive videos as well. I do my recap and ranking videos, which are exclusive to the channel members. So you know the score, people, show some love, and yeah, you can also click the t-shirt link as well and buy someone a Dan Who t-shirt for Christmas. Why not? Why not? Who wouldn't love that and wrapping that at Christmas time? Right. Let's go back to some toys. That was a brief interlude. Do you know, like when you're watching TV and you have the adverts? That was the adverts. We're back to it now. We're back to it. Okay, let's get on to what have they revealed. So staying on the Thor hype, they revealed Ulik. So I believe this was another tease that they said it had only been released previously as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Now we're getting another chance at it. Now, if you had that Asgardian set, you may be a little bit disappointed when they do stuff like this. But me, I don't have this figure. I don't have that Asgardian set because I already had Malekith, Jane Foster, Thor, like Odinson Thor. So I didn't want to drop the money on that set to just get characters I already had, even though this was a character I wanted. I nearly AliExpressed this. That's how desperate I was. Don't tell the Marvel team.
I did AliExpress this.
Oh, there you go. So, okay. So our opinions may be different on this. But there you go. Ulik. Basically the same figure with a few changes in regards to the head. Scorp has now got a necklace as well, interchangeable hands. And there is no denying, and I do apologise, Brandon, but this is the better version in regards to just posing and displaying. Like, look at that. 2 interchangeable head, very expressive faces as well. Like, this will look great on display. Like, just a very expressive face sculpt. 2 inch fisted hands, which we know Brandon loves. Brandon loves the fisted hands. He's also got his knuckle dusters in his hands and his hammer as well. Yeah, this looks great. This is great. So for someone like me who never got that set, I'm like, yes, all in. New character for me to add to the shelf, and it's the better version, more expressive version, more options for the display. So for someone like you, what do you think? What's your thoughts when you see this?
Well, I think that Ulik is getting eBayed this weekend because it's sake. And hopefully someone wasn't watching. We'll pick him up.
Well, to be fair, right, this is a deluxe, isn't it? So it'll probably be about 30 to 40 pound. So if you could probably get that for him on eBay right now, and then just put that money to the side to do an upgrade. So
that's the hope. Because it's so funny because I remember when that box set first dropped, and that was in 2017. So just before things really kicked off for Legends in the UK, that was still like real import days. It was like £150, something ridiculous for that set. And I just couldn't justify it because the main one that I wanted was Jane Foster, and we were already going to get Jane Foster. Yeah. So it was basically coming down to Ulik and Boar because we got, what's his name as well, Malekith.
Boar's the one with the big beard and the sort of axe thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Who is, I think, Odin's dad, right?
I don't know.
Can't remember. But yeah, so that's and the funniest thing is I think I got that this year maybe. I ended up seeing it on AliExpress and picked it up. And I remember when I looked at getting it, I remember saying to myself, well, Thor is coming out next year, and they do like to reissue the bigger things as deluxe figures. So maybe we will get this next year. And then for whatever reason, I ultimately decided that I was going to get it. But yeah, it is what it is. I think.
Sorry, Amanda's just come back and she's like poking her head through the door. Did
you bring McDonald's and/or KFC this time?
No, she didn't bring any of that. She went out for a carvery. The girl eats a lot of roast potatoes. She brought Teddy a new present. I think that's what she was showing me. Right, Lost Train of Thought. I want this, is what I'm saying, and I feel Brandon's pain. You weren't the only one, but I know Tanner as well. Shout out Tanner, who I think is currently in the cinema watching Spider-Man, so he'll watch on the replay. He recently started collecting the Asgardians, started going through the Marvel Legends and buying all the Asgardians. So he definitely picked up this recently as well. So for someone like me, I'm very happy. But it is, even for someone like yourself, like as Brandon's saying, he's admitting it's an upgrade, so we might have to do a big switcheroo, which is part of the collecting game. It is part of the collecting game, the good old switcheroo. I just rely on other YouTubers for the comparisons because I can't keep every figure. Like, I've got to buy and sell. How I survive in this wild world. But yeah, Ulix, a Walmart exclusive, it seems, as well. Us in the UK, thankfully, don't have to worry too much about that. It should be available, but not for pre-order just yet. It says available in 2022, but it's already in packaged shots. So again, I assume this is a comic figure to sort of go along with the Thor merchandise. And Thor was meant to come out sooner than it got pushed back to, so I'm sure the toys are ready to go for that as well, maybe. So
I feel like this could be next year's Maestro.
Yeah,
in terms of timing.
Yeah,
I think Maestro was a February Marvel Monday reveal, and ended up coming out May June time. So this could be revealed now, come out March time.
Yeah, it's
maybe?
like a Venom. We had a deluxe
March.
Venom in this. It's basically the new deluxe sort of star that they get released, and I'm happy when they can add a character that I haven't got in it as well. And I think a few people saying, Rick Jones as well in the chat saying, it fits with Mythic Legions too. Mythic Legions usually a bigger scale, always with monsters, beasts, creatures, and all that. So I'm sure he could fit in a display. I'm sure, but yeah, Mythic Legions are a little bit too rich for my blood. They look great, though. Tell you who else looks great, and we've already seen this figure. It is, of course, Baron Zemo. We've seen it in the box, but now we're getting some better close-up pictures. Classic-looking Baron Zemo, which people have been asking for, in the same packaging as the Supervillains wave, as next year, they have already told us that the Walgreens exclusive sort of set of figures are going to be Supervillains. And it's going to be another way to get out more supervillains, which we will discuss shortly. But just a quick recap on Baron Zemo. You're happy about getting this, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I love Zemo. This reminds me of the Earth's Mightiest Heroes animated Zemo, which was just brilliant. So yeah, this is must get for me, and it's a huge step up from the Bucky Cat 2014 Baron Zemo figure.
Yeah, he was on a more of a modern mold anyway. I think I've got him down here. I think he's reachable. There he is. So he was more of a modernized version of Zemo anyway. So he never had the furry collar or anything like that. Instead, he had just like these gun holsters with a Z in them, which they reused for like, other characters, and they always had the Z in them. Made no sense. But I think they had the Z in them. Yeah, they do. They have the Z. But yeah, this is, again, you can see on the screen, it says a Walgreens exclusive in the US and a GameStop or EB Games in Canada, or former EB Games. But they never say where it's in the UK, because in the UK, you can get it anywhere you want. Anywhere it sells Marvel Legends, basically, you'll be able to get this guy. So if you are in the US, then go and check out iComic Industries, as I'm sure he'll be able to get it in and ship it your way. Again, all the links in the description for stuff like that. So when he's up for pre-order, I'll be telling you where to go anyway. But yeah, I love that this supervillains, and we're getting more of these supervillains, because we were a little bit, I don't want to say underwhelmed, because the supervillains wave was very nice, but we were expecting more heavy hitters, and I consider Baron Zemo more of him in the heavy hitter category. Maybe not A-list, but in the B-list at least.
Damien Ristori donated
shout out Damien for the super chat.
My early wish list for 2022 include Thor and Fantastic Four Villains Comic Curse, Diablo, Puppet Master, Warlord Krang, Michael Korvac Wrecking Crew set.
Oh, pretty good list there. Thank you very much, Damien. He says, my early wish list for 2022 include Thor and Fantastic Thor villains, including Curse Diablo, Puppet Master, Warlord Krang, Michael Korvac's Wrecking Crew set, which I think is Artist Pacific, I believe. But I haven't got any of the Wrecking Crew, by the way, from the Hasbro days, so I would take a more Wrecking Crew, but give me more villains. I love villains. I love crazy-looking villain characters. And trust me, as we roll into the new year, there'll be plenty of wish lists and gaps and characters we need, and we'll be talking about them all on the channel, don't you worry. And another gap that we needed filled, and a character that was on my wish list, talking about villains, keeping on the villain track. Look at this guy, Jigsaw.
Yes.
Very surprised to see this today, but very happy.
And just another thing that this has reminded me of, shout out to our lovely, wonderful, super duper, super producer, Rich M, aka at Displayed Once, because...
I've heard of him.
Why, Dan?
Why? For many reasons, but you tell me what you're thinking.
Chief among them, I think most of the figures that we're looking at or about to look at, Rich has put on previous lists.
Oh, yes, of course. They're watching.
Including Jigsaw.
They're lurking. I mean, we're a small channel. We're a humble channel. But they know we love our legends. And they know. They've got their lists there, and they're going, all right, you can have this one. You can have this one. And Jigsaw is one of those street-level villains that I really like. Again, it's one of those Toy Biz figures that, because it's so janky looking, I was tempted to just go back just so I could have Jigsaw represented on the shelf. But I knew Hasbro would get around to him eventually, and here he is. So again, for me, he's a Punisher villain, but he's definitely a street level sort of guy. Will go along with your Tombstones and with your Hammerheads and with your Kingpins, like suited body. But yeah, white suit as well, so he's going to stand out amongst them. I can't help. Jigsaw was in. If I had to make a wish list of villains to be made in Marvel Legends form for 2022, Jigsaw would have undoubtedly been on it. So I am very happy and pleasantly surprised to see this revealed. So no complaints from me. The face looks great. It comes with a bat. That collar piece as well, by the way, can come off. So if you don't like the look of that neck collar, that silver collar can come off. So you can have him more flush with the suit. But yeah, it looks pretty chunky as well. I think he's another figure on that Happy Hogan suited body as well, but now in the white. I think so. He looks chunky, right? Gotta be.
I can't remember if Happy had pins in his arms or not, but I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Same as Happy and Hammerhead.
I think so, because it's the more chunky. Well, I'll take it. I don't picture. Yeah. I think I would have been fine with him on a skinnier suited body. I just wanted a Jigsaw.
No. This is great. I just was thinking for a second because I couldn't remember if Hammerhead and Happy had pins in their arms or not. But I mean, I generally prefer this this suited body over the skinnier suited bodies, because those skinny suited bodies, they fall over all the time. They're a real pain.
Let me just scroll through. Did you notice as well that in none of the promo images they showed him holding his gun? Again, just a small little detail. None of the promo images show him holding the gun.
Oh yeah.
But then in the box, he actually comes with a gun and two of those little blast effects from the muzzle as well, which I really like. I like when they add that. They don't do it often. We've got some with Black Widow, but that's a nice touch as well. It just gives the shelf that little bit more life, I think. The display, the pictures, that little bit more life. So he does seem to come with a gun, two little muzzle flash effects, and then an array of weapons to slice you up, a machete, two daggers or knives, if you will, and an aluminium baseball bat as well. But yeah, another villain that's going to be part of the Walgreens sort of lineup. But again, there is a pretty picture in a box, so hopefully not too long before we can add him to the collection. But I'm assuming so far with the supervillains I've announced, and I'm sure there'll be maybe at least one or two more to come throughout 2022 as well. You're all in on these villains so far, right? With Baron Zemo and Jigsaw. Yeah. Yeah,
100%. And that's the thing. I think with new comic characters as well that I am familiar with, if it's a new comic character and I'm familiar with it, then it's likely I will pick it up. Like, I was thinking to myself, should I get Sleepwalker or the other one? And then I thought, but I really don't. Yeah, Despair. But then I thought, I really don't recognize them, so it doesn't fit the bill.
You have no attachment to these characters. I get it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Whereas Jigsaw, like, I remember that from the Toy Biz 2-pack. I really enjoy this body mold. I think the head sculpt is amazing.
I think he's been in all the Punisher movies as well, by the way. The different renditions. He was in the show.
And being a Walgreens exclusive, we'll have this in a few months, Dan.
Man, I didn't want to say anything to hurt anyone's feelings, but I hope so.
Walgreens exclusives are so easy to get.
Stop being out of order. He's stirring the pot, people. Don't fall for it. I can see Rectangular's ears perking up somewhere. Running to the keyboard.
I couldn't help it.
But yeah, Jigsaw's very nice. A few people, more than a few people actually liking him. Damien hit, Tac hit, Tony Collector hit, Bon Williams hit. Jay Toys Collection, Jigsaw was happy, waited so long for this. Cloud, solid hit for Jigsaw. Mega hit, says Mini Plastic Multiverse. KSM Kyle says, anyone want a Netflix Jigsaw also? Look, I would take every live action character in figure form, trust me. Back to hunting Walgreens, says Rick Jones. As I said, iComic Industries. Link in the description, people. I'm sure I'll be hooking you up when the time comes, but not up for pre-order anywhere yet anyway, so don't stress about it. Sometime in 2022, hopefully sooner rather than later, but it's always nice to know when these characters are coming. Okay, let's keep going through.
Absolutely.
We've got some of the 20th anniversary figures here. So we've got Captain America, which Dan very nicely called the Unparalleled Captain America, which I quite liked. And also the Iron Man here. Very nice, very nice. What's the next one? We all knew it was Toad and Hulk. They don't want to show us Toad today. They're clearly saving that one for last. Hopefully they're saving the best for last. But today they showed us Hulk. So we were all curious how they were going to give us Hulk and what would make it different. I think I was hoping that would somehow get a Bruce Banner or something. I don't know why. I just selfishly wanted a Bruce Banner in comic form. But instead we're getting this...
Yeah, especially after that retro read.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So it seems like they're going down the route of more of a 70s... I think they called it 70s sort of influence head sculpt for Hulk with the long
Phil
hair.
Jones told us as well that this is a Paul Harding sculpt.
Okay, nice. So you got two head sculpts as well. One with the teeth grinning, gritted, angry, and then the other one just a bit more menacing, if you will. So you have those two different emotions. Let's be honest. Hulk's array of emotions are between smash and smash, so that's how you're gonna get. But I do like the green contrast on there, the dark of the greens against the light. Looks good with the purple trousers. There does seem to be a little bit of fading on the end of the sort of trousers and the top as well, or the pants, as Americans would say. And it looks like it comes with a basketball as well, so you can slam dunk on you. Have you got that Mayfix Michael Jordan? Does he want a bit of one-on-one?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Bit of one-on-one.
There you go.
Oh wait, I don't think it is a basketball. I do apologise. I think it's something else.
It is.
Does look like a basketball in that image though. If you've seen that from this distance, because it's quite small on my screen.
Oh, this is the Mandroid head.
It looks like he's wearing. So is that the Mandroid Build-A-Figure? They've just packed in an extra gold head.
I think that's what it looks like. I couldn't quite make it out on the stream, but I think that's what it looks like. I've not checked the product images yet.
I've got two Mandroids. Maybe I could have a gold head on one of them. Maybe. He also comes with a rock slide for skateboarders so they can go up it. And some crackly effects on it seems. Like, let's be honest, when it comes to accessories, Hulk, I think in the past on card, he's come with a bendy, like a metal bendy pipe. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they've already give us the bendy pipe. What else can they give us? And this floor, it says it's got pegs in it, so you can actually peg figures to it for display. Or you can just get him smashing it with his fists, like you can see, or his feet. You can just smash it. And it does make it for a little bit more interesting if you want to display them like that way. I'm just trying to find the positives here, people. All right, help me out, Brandon. Help me out. Would you like the stand?
I mean, look, there is a lot to be positive about here. I think the main thing is that the previous Hulks both came out in 2019, which by the time this comes out will be a 3-year gap. There's a lot of people who have jumped into the Legends game between then and now, and that was also a 2-pack, so a lot of people may have missed out on that Hulk then, that didn't manage to get the modern Hulk that they released a few months later. So this gives a lot of collectors a chance to put a definitive Hulk onto their shelves. I think that the fact that it comes on the 20th retro card back as well is an even bigger draw to this, because I mean, just the way that I was looking at it the other day when we were talking about Captain America, and the way they've done that card back, and with like even with the bit on the bubble, with the Marvel Legends
old logo,
it is phenomenal how they've done that. Like, it is so nice.
It's an homage to the original, isn't it? So it's like if you know, you know.
It's like, it's not just like a homage where it's like, it looks cool, but it's not like amazing. This is like beautiful.
I actually prefer
this is amazing packaging.
Like, taking a closer look at this, I actually do prefer the green deco choices on this Hulk. compared to any of the previous ones. The previous ones, just to remind people, were in the 2-pack with the first appearance of Wolverine, the cat Wolverine, if you will, and also the retro. We got it on the retro, oversized retro card for San Diego, I believe. So they were the 2 ways you previously got this Hulk. And then obviously we've had the Red Hulk after, we've had Maestro, so they have reused that body. So you know what you're getting. It's a sound Hulk body. Like, I know our biggest complaint, well, my biggest complaint with this body is that there's no butterflies in the front, so we can't do the Hulk clap, but he's got the butterflies in the back, but then it would break up the aesthetic of the sculpt on the chest. Partly in the front. In the back. Yeah, there you go. So I do actually like the greens and the purples on this Hulk. And I think I'm in for 2 of all these
really?
Yeah, because you've got to keep one on card. Like, this is a commendable, is that the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say?
Commendable?
Yes, moment in Marvel, in collecting, in Legends. Do you know what I mean? This is your 20th anniversary. Let's celebrate it. And whether they go for another 10 years or another 20 years, it's like that milestone, isn't it? And if there's only going to be 4 of them, there's only 4. And they look great for display. So I think I'm probably going to be in for 2 of all of these. And I will open them up. Because the accessories are interesting.
I think I'm like, I'm definitely getting 1 cap. I think I'm very likely to go for 2 caps. Toad, I think I will definitely go for 1 Toad. But whether I go for 1 or at least whether I go for 1 of Hulk or Iron Man, I'm just not sure yet. It's tough. Yeah. The only thing that would get me to do it is the packaging. And I think I would only go for 1 of each just to keep them on the packaging if I did. I'm just checking. Iron Man was meant to be in stock on the 19th, which is Sunday.
Oh yeah. I'm just checking if they changed it, because we will discuss D-Day towards the end of the stream for people that know. Okay, so currently this is going to change, by the way, people. But currently on Hasbro Pulse right now, it says that this Iron Man, which is let me find the actual picture of the box so you know what I'm talking about. This Iron Man is the retro version, of course. This one in the Toy Biz packaging. It says currently, right now, it's in stock the 19th of December 2021, which is Sunday. Sunday. So I very much doubt that's the case. It's also a weird day
for it to arrive into stock.
Yeah, that date's going to change. Like we've learnt with D-Day, we've discussed it over the last couple of weeks. We knew there'd be some wiggle room, and they've all moved. Like, D-Day didn't happen, essentially. Everything got moved, I think. So
check Black Suit Spidey while we're here.
Yeah, Black Suit Spider-Man, there he is. Let's have a look. So this is the only one that didn't move. So it still says 19th. Interesting.
I got to be honest, I really do hope that does ship on the 19th.
We shall see.
Him and Strange, I really want him and Strange to ship on the 19th.
Anyway, we'll talk about D-Day in a minute. For people that know, we know shipping dates are all over the place in a minute, so we're going to try and do a little update before we finish today. But what I also like to finish on Hulk is that Ryan made a point to say that the card back isn't oversized, which is usually the case with a character like Hulk. Like, it's very much streamlined in with the Captain America and Iron Man. And is there a picture of all 3 of them here? There might have been a picture of all 3 side by side, to show I can show you what I'm talking about.
It was definitely on the stream. Because I think Ryan turned around and showed everybody.
Yeah, there's a picture of all 3, but they're all basically all the boxes, whether it's Cap, Iron Man, or Hulk, all the same size, all the same blister. It's just that Hulk fills out his blister obviously to the max, especially with those 2 interchangeable heads. Well, obviously one of the heads is just a basketball for him to play with, but still, that's a nice touch. It's a nice touch because that's a bit of OCD, a bit of collector's OCD. Like, if you are buying these just to display for this, like as some people do, display muck only, then now they can all fit very nicely streamlined. It's the reason Kingpin's not on my famous wall, because just my OCD just can't handle it. Like, he's going to have his own spot. So I like that they did that. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
The Marvel team did their little pick just for fun. So it's on record. Who do you pick out of their 3 choices?
Out of their 3, let me see.
For the record, my picks would be better. So I think me and Brandon may do a stream where we pick our own and challenge the Marvel team.
Yeah, I was going to say to you earlier, should we do ours today?
Oh no, I need to think about it. I haven't even opened the Ursa Major wave yet. Let me open the Ursa Major wave.
Just like a quick off the top guess, like off the top gut reaction one.
You can if you want, but I'm not getting involved. I've not even opened the Ursa Major figures, and look at all the Ursa Major figures that are in this.
Yeah, that's true.
So I need to open those first before I start considering my list. So I've not even thought about it.
To be fair, let me.
We can do.
No, I'll wait for you.
Yeah, we've got time. We've got time.
I think if I was going to pick, I would probably go Dwight's. I would probably go for Dwight's.
There's something that puts me off in all of them. Like, none of them are spot on for me. Captain Britain though just calls me. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I just don't like his Peter B. Parker choice. He could have picked any Marvel Legend of the year, and they picked Peter B. Parker. Do you know, like it was a fine figure for what it represents, but it's come on. There's more better than ones than that. Dan, I like Dan's choices, but he picked Elvis MODOK. Like, come on.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Elvis, MODOK killed.
Great figure for what it is. Again, very much a great figure for what it represents, but just not something I don't think we needed. We needed the captain. Give us a next wave or new wave, whatever they're called. Give us them. Don't give us Elvis MODOK. That was just cheeky reuse of the new mold they made for MODOK. That's all that is. I love your Marvel team, but you know what it is. But still, for what they made out of that with the box set, it is very nice, especially if you're a MODOK fan. But for me, it puts me off Dan's list. Otherwise, I like what Dan's going for there. And then Ryan's picked the Eye of Agamotto, and I'm like, technically it's a Marvel Legend, but like, come on. He's a marketing man, so he's just trying to get people. He's just reminding people now Doctor Strange is in the zeitgeist again. He's like, oh, by the way, this is there. He knows what he's doing. He's in marketing for a reason. But it's like, come on. That should have been a figure. Play the game. So I'm going to be in touch with the commissioner and be like, come on now. Let them play the game properly. Let me and Brandon get involved. So, yeah, nice attempt on them all. But, yeah, I don't know who I'll pick. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a poll in the chat and let the chat decide at the end. But anyway, let's keep going because there's lots more reveals. Lots more.
Yeah, there's loads.
Okay.
Loads. Okay. Gosh, there is loads.
Yeah.
Okay,
do we need another interlude? Do we need another advert break? Let's put the adverts. We'll be back. I just really confused Brandon. We haven't gone anywhere. We're still sat here.
I was like...
yeah, Brandon was like really confused. Right, next up, Vulcan. X-Men wave, essentially. So they said, thank you very much for indulging us and sitting through their pick here, which is very generous of them. They decided to announce not just a couple of figures in this wave, the whole wave, including the Build-A-Figure. Including the Build-A-Figure. Sometimes they show us the wave and hold out on the Build-A-Figure until we see the package photos. But like they were like, no, you can have the Build-A-Figure as well. So we do appreciate it. The festive spirit is obviously with the Marvel team. So let's get to it. So we've got Vulcan here, which we've already seen. He's obviously the new Marvel Legend male standard, if you will. The Bucky Cap 2.0. So... Well, I'm just going to say that's the biggest selling point about this figure is that people are curious of this new body mold. It's always nice to add new character to the shelf, so I would have brought Vulcan if he was on the old Bucky Cap because it's a new character. But it makes it more desirable because we've got this new mold. What's it like? This is the new standard, so it's got to be good, right?
There's one thing that I didn't realize until this stream with that Vulcan figure, which is the neck hinge joint. What? It's not on a. It's not on the. It's not on the disc and ball. You prefer the disc and ball. Yeah. Since we've had he was in a much better pose just before that. I promise. But since we've had that kind of that seamless look on the neck.
Yeah.
I struggle going back. Like especially in photos, it's so distracting for me seeing that rectangular cut in the neck. So I saw it earlier and I was like, oh man, now it's gone from like 150% perfect to like 90% perfect.
90%'s not bad. 90%'s not bad.
Exactly that.
And it's still a lot better than the Bucky Cap. And the Bucky Cap,
100%.
When the Bucky Cap came out, the community were like, oh my God, look at this fully articulated figure. Like people loved it. But as I said, technology keeps going up and up and we expect more and more. So,
and by most company standards, I still think the Bucky Cap is better than most company standards.
Try and buy a DC figure that's not a Mayfex. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Like
DC, like McFarlane, Diamond Select, NECA, even in my opinion. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion.
No one disagrees with you, by the way. NECA just have some great licenses and make some great statues that move a little bit.
yeah, exactly. But I think this is great. I mean, the butterflies is great. The pinless joints is great. It's better proportions, like Dwight said. I think it's really cool.
So Vulcan, there you go. Another brother of the Summers family, I think. Scott, Alex, and him. I can't remember his name. I think. All right. Anyway, next up is Alien Darwin. Yes, Alien guy, because it definitely looks like an alien. This looks like someone that would give you an anal probe if you've seen him in a dark alley. Like Darwin.
On my favorite body of them all.
What body is it? Is this the Professor X skinny body?
No, that's the pizza. Yeah, the
pizza body. Yeah. That's still a good body.
Is it? I mean, by other company standards, yes.
Look, I get that. It's still got the pins, but it's not a terrible body. It's not.
You don't think? I think it's so ugly looking.
Nah, it's a bit gangly looking. That's why I think for a character like Alien Face here, it works. Do you not think? I think this body choice works with this character. He's not a buff character. He's not a buff character, is he?
The craziest thing I just realized is the Spider-Man that I have on my Avengers shelf is the pizza body Spider-Man, and here I am slating his body.
Wait, I've got it here. Yeah, I've got it on the Invincible, Incredible. I can't remember his name. The modernish one.
That's the
2-pack with Mary Jane one.
2-pack with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's a slim. This is a good body. There's some great range. You can get this guy in some great poses and stuff. Like, I have no complaints with this body mold. Like, this is better than Bucky Cat, right?
No, I personally prefer Bucky Cat.
I think you just prefer the proportions of Bucky Cat.
Oh yeah, proportions of Bucky Cat.
But this has better articulation.
Well, the only thing it has better is the butterfly, I think.
No, I think the ab crunch is much deeper.
Oh, maybe.
No, I do think. I think people would. I just think before this new Vulcan body was revealed, or the new retro Spider-Man was revealed, people loved Pizza Spider-Man. He was a very desirable figure for a reason.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
So I don't think this is a terrible mold choice, to be honest. But again, what they were saying earlier, the theme sort of be running today is brand new characters for your Marvel Legends, which shows you how deep the rabbit hole is for Marvel characters, and shows you that they've got a lot of characters out there, but Hasbro can just keep going down that hole and keep giving us new characters. Like my shelf, look how full my shelves are, people, right? With comic and MCU. Like, I've got a tiny room, all right? My whole wall is Marvel Legends. Obviously, I might have to move the Simpsons from the top shelf, but like my figures ain't like crazily displayed. They're all like packed up like this on a shelf. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've only just brought this house. I can't sell it and buy another one. I just need to kick Amanda out of her other room. But I need so many new Legends. I need more room. But I love adding new characters.
Those new Ghostbusters are in stock at Wrestling Megastore UK, by the way.
Which new Ghostbusters?
The 4 original Ghostbusters and with the special glow-in-the-dark features.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, we seen them actually on an import store, didn't we, recently? Do you know when they had all that new stock? Yeah. So I'm not surprised they've hit the shore, because if all those...
They're imported,
Yeah. That's there you go, Ghostbusters fans. There you go. I think that new film has definitely lit the Ghostbusters light for a lot of collectors, because that HasLab, there's a lot of rancors. Anyway, Darwin, great figure, great mold.
Darwin, yeah, looks cool. Looks pretty cool.
Brandon, interchangeable fisted hands. Does that change your mind?
No, but yeah.
You appreciate it all the same, yeah? I get it.
Yeah.
There you go, alien face. Looks good.
Just the pizza body Spidey is just one of my few things that I like to.
The hands look way too big for that body. I get that it's on purpose because it's the character design, but it's funny to see.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, when I first seen this, I was like, "Oh my god, is this Evolution Wolverine? Is Brandon like? Is this guy purple? Not purple, orange?" So yeah, this is. I can't remember what they called it. I don't think they called it anything apart from like a modern. They said when Wolverine came back or something like that, but came back when?
I think Rich said it's Hot Knife Wolverine, or it's Back to Life Wolverine, because this is where he comes back to life after he's been
After
dead.
he was, weren't he in that adamantium?
Wolverine.
Yeah, weren't he like
like
stuck
that.
in that adamantium, like melted in like something like that? I can't remember.
Maybe, yeah.
But
I'm not sure. When at first glance, I thought it was the astonishing X-Men Wolverine suit, which I was buzzing for. And then once I realized it wasn't, I was like, oh, okay. Because that's the kind of suit that suit, that New Avengers Wolverine suit, is kind of like the one I'm waiting for to go up on the shelf. But yeah, I think to replace this guy.
I get that.
Yeah, this is cool.
I get that they need a few A-listers in a wave. And when it comes to X-Men, Wolverine is undeniably an A-lister. So I get it. They have to keep giving us more. I get it. Unfortunately, it's part of the game. They can't just give us... You don't get a character like Darwin in a wave without a character like Wolverine. It's just the way the toy industry works. But for me, there's no desire in this Wolverine at all. I've never seen... I can know it's Wolverine because it hits all the marks. He's got the claws. He's got the yellow. He's got the mask. But it's not my Wolverine. It's not one that I need on the shelf. So if it is your Wolverine, I'm happy for you. But I didn't see this and go, oh, yes. But I appreciate it for what it is, but not one that I need. But I get it. I'm not even mad about it. I get it. He still looks good for what he is. Sabretooth. Now, this one surprised a few people because people have been asking for a comic Sabretooth. And Dwight was very vocal, I think because he knew what people were going to say in the comments, to sort of let people know, like, okay, I know you want a Sabretooth, a big body on the Omega Red body. He even said that himself, so he knows. But this is meant to depict Sabretooth's first appearance, and I think Ryan said it was in Iron Fist. So this is Sabretooth. Is it the Sabretooth the majority of the collector community wanted? Probably not, but it's still a Sabretooth accurate to the version that they're trying to recreate in figure form. So it may not be your mind's eye of Sabretooth, it may not be the Sabretooth you want to add to your collection, but it is an accurate rendition of the Sabretooth they were trying to create. So you can't even be mad at it. It is what it is. But again, it's not for me, just like the Wolverine. I get what it's meant to represent, just it's not. I'll stick with the Sabretooths I've got until I get the one I want, if that makes sense. But if anyone out there is collecting those earlier looks, people do like those niche looks as well, because as we talked about earlier in that Hulk 2-pack, you got the first appearance of Wolverine in his like cat mask type thing. So I'm just assuming that that earlier version of Wolverine may have came across an earlier version of Sabretooth. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's a place in the collection for him, is my point. But are you on the same boat with me with this, or do you like this? Like the look of it? You want it?
I'm pretty much on the same boat as you. Until we get that, like Dwight said, the only way I can replace my Sabretooth is if it was like an Omega Red body, big beefy Sabretooth. And even then, I think I would probably treat it like I treated the Deluxe Venom. I would get it for and I'll probably ziplock it, put it in a box for take it out for photos. But I don't think it would make the shelf. I still love that modern Sabretooth from the Puck Wave, the Wolverine Puck Wave.
Yeah.
That's my one still here somewhere.
I can't remember what wave the Sabretooth I've got on my shelf was in, but where is he? He might be gettable on the shelf without knocking anyone over. Let me try. It's always scary when I do this. We just knocked Dazzler over. Oh, dangerous. This is my Sabretooth on my shelf until we get a bigger version. I can't remember what wave was this one in? You're usually pretty good at this. What you're trying to think in your head what Build-A-Figure piece. Wave. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're trying to. That's how you get it, though, don't you? You think what Build-A-Figure is in the box because you picture the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my Sabretooth until we get a bigger, thicker Sabretooth. But I appreciate what they're trying to do here. It's accurate to what it represents. I get it. I'm just jumping to the chats. I'm neglecting the chat, especially on these controversial ones. Yeah, a few people but correctly told me Apocalypse. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Sometimes my brain forgets things. We've got a few hits, though, for Sabretooth. Sabretooth is a hit, 17 Plastic Multiverse for me, but it is worthy of space on the shelf, ? Interesting. Jay's Toys Collection, I've been waiting for the first appearance Iron Fist 14 Sabretooth for a while to replace the Toy Biz. There you go. Sabretooth for days, says Cloud. Mini Plastic Multiverse says miss for Wolverine, though. The claws look pretty cool, I think, says Cloud. I'm assuming he's on about the Wolverine. Hot to Clawbridge says your boy's got toys. I'm assuming, again, he's talking about the Wolverine. So, yeah, a little bit. Cloud also sends a message to Amanda saying, Dan needs more room. Be a dude. Amanda, be a dude. Actually, don't be a dude. Rather if you wasn't a dude. But give me more room, though. So, yeah, interesting. There's no, like, unanimous hit or unanimous miss on either of these. People are, like, on the fence. I need to get that fence emoji sorted, don't I? But there he is. He looks good.
Yes.
Only one head, it seems, as well. But the head doesn't scream Sabretooth to me, I'm afraid. But there you go. He looks more like Wild Child to me. But I think it's just because he's skinnier. Yeah. But there you go. There it is. Okay, next up. A figure that I do want. I'm sure I haven't spoke to Rich M about any of these, but I see this type of figure and I think it's gotta be a figure Rich M wants, right? Surely.
Oh yeah, he was going crazy for this. Earlier, he was very excited about this.
Yeah, this is a great looking figure.
The only thing he said was it should have she should have a screaming head.
Ah, of course, yeah. I get that. So Sauron here comes with the sort of soft goods. It's not a cape as such, but it's the sort of what we see. I don't even know what to call that material. It's like a very thin, delicate material that we have on the Storm characters, which we all assumed would be the case because Marvel Legends don't do soft goods, but for a character design like this, they are sort of limited. So they've done the right move here, I think, within their toolbox. They have went to the right tools they use, and Sauron here's got this soft goods, and it seems to just hook onto both wrists. It doesn't seem to be attached to the back from Dwight's holding it up there. It just seems to flow, like it just folds amongst itself. Yeah. So depending on how you get it posed, depending on how it will display. But she looks very nice. I do like the big red hair flowing to one side. Looks pretty good. But yeah, I completely agree with Rich now thinking about it. Surely Sauron should come with a screaming head. Maybe she does. Nah, surely they'd show us the interchangeable head. Oh, these type of figures always make me interested because we haven't seen the boxes, have we? And the box usually gives you all the accessories. But if it had an interchangeable head, I'm sure they would have said or shown it off.
Yeah.
But still, I'll take it. She'll just have to be silent on my shelf. So, yeah, Dwight was teasing people because I'm sure people want Banshee in that same colour scheme, but I'll take Sauron for now. This looks good. Probably my favourite out of all of them so far that we've seen in this wave.
I would say this is probably the standout of the wave. Yeah,
this is nice. Dwight said they had another idea for the fabric on the next one. Says your boy's got toys. I think he said they made more for this figure that they're going to have to use somewhere else. So maybe that is a different head or something. Yeah, he definitely said it about one figure that they made more, but it's not going to be in for this. Sauron is a hit. We can get an X Factor investigations wave though, says Tom. Can we though? I don't know. I hate to agree with Rich Exotic, but she should have come with an alternative screaming head, says Ab Nugla, aka Ralph Baskins. Yeah, he agrees with Rich Exotic there. She should have come with a screaming head. Next up, Havoc.
This is really cool. This is the only figure of the wave I'm tempted by.
So this is a very classic looking Havoc. We've had a couple of Havocs, right? We've got a modernised one. They're both on the front of the shelf. I don't know why, but on both my shelves, they're right at the front. So I'll try and grab them. Okay. So we've got the... Oh, I knew I'd knock someone over. All right, we've got this modernised sort of look for Havoc with the sort of bubbly effect pieces, which we've seen many, many a time. So this has been my Havoc on the shelf for a while. And those bubble effects, they were fine. They were fine for what they were. And then we got this X Factor Havoc as well that came in the 2-pack with Preless. Preless? I always say that wrong. But there you go. There's our 2 Havocs we've got in the modern era so far. So obviously this modernised version doesn't have the crazier crown sort of piece that the sort of classic look does. So before the effect pieces, this figure does look a little bit weird, but it is accurate to what you see on the comic page, so you can't be mad at it. But like Brandon says, what makes this figure really interesting is we've got brand new translucent effect pieces that sort of demonstrate his abilities a lot better, like the best we've had in figure form. And you know me, I like options. I always like when you can pose a figure displaying their abilities. I just think it brings the shelf to life. It gives it a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more fun to look at. And I think that's what this Havoc can do. I like it. I like the big back piece as well.
That when Dwight did that, I was like, "You son of a gun!"
Yeah, like, that's a display piece right there, isn't it? Like,
oh, you know that that meme. Sorry, where it's like, it's like, is it "you son of a bitch" or "you son of a gun"?
Yeah, no, it's
like,
just son of
in.
yeah. It's off Rick and Morty. He's like, "Son of a bitch, I'm in." Yeah.
Yeah, that's as soon as you put that. Look at that pose.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, okay, fine.
And the way he spun around on the wrist as well. I was like, so how like tight are they on? Because these are like really flimsy. Like if you can get them posed up fine, they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah.
But they're a little bit flimsy. Like they will just fall off, roll around, whatever. So I like how these seem to be made out of like a sturdier, translucent plastic. And there's no bubbles this time. Do you know what I mean? These are sculpted bubbles. But these were fine. They've done us fine. But it's nice to know that they're consistently upgrading the accessory pieces as well. So yeah, both hands, which would have been enough, but no, they give us the back piece as well. So that definitely makes for an interesting display piece. Will probably be the main Havoc in a lot of people's display. So again, even though it's a character we've already had, for me it's a worthy upgrade, not just for the figure, but for the accessory pieces as well. And I'm sure we'll see these accessory pieces again with someone else in the future. But still, that was nice. Next up, Maggot. Now, this is an interesting character and also an interesting looking figure. Quite bulky. He's on the same body mold they said as Hercules, I believe. He's got a big jacket, big bumpy shoulders, blue face, red eyes, and two maggot-y creatures that are basically his like weird intestine things. Like this is his character like ability is very icky. Like I've toying around, taking the mick out of me. It says Havoc and Paralysis. It's Paralysis or I'm dyslexic and I've got a speech impediment, Kevin, and I don't appreciate you trying to take the mick out of me here on my live stream. I'm only joking. Yes, I'm aware I say it as a spaz, but you know who I mean. That's the main thing, all right? These two maggot pieces, they make the figure, essentially. Like, you can't have this figure. I don't think you could have this character design without him having these like pieces. Oh, that's the main event, but we'll save that. But so they tease basically a Havoc accessory piece and the maggot together, and only a few people assumed it was two pieces. And even Dan called him out, Dwight out, by saying it was a puddle. So no one, maybe someone out there guessed that was Havoc, but I can't remember. I think someone did actually.
It did look like a puddle, to be fair.
It did. You can't be mad. He says what he sees. He thought he was on catchphrase. But yeah, this maggot looks pretty good for a single pack figure as well. Like when you first look at this figure, you do think, oh, it's in, just from that picture alone, it sort of looks like it's in Build-A-Figure sort of category, doesn't it? It's just because it's a bigger, chunkier figure. So the fact that this is a single pack figure and his accessories are his giant maggots, which he can hold and drape over him. Interesting, fun, quirky. Another first time in the line, brand new character to add to your shelf. I think people will be happy. I'm curious, before we get to the main event, I'm just seeing what the chat say. Abnog with a hit, Jamie with a hit, Damien with a hit, Tony with a hit, Mike D with a hit. I can see an updated tombstone using this body, says Damien. Interesting. That would be a good idea. Maggot might be a pass, but looks great, says Logan. It did work as a puddle, though, because Maggot is gross like that. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. So people like this a lot. So there's your wave. There's your 7 figures. So before we get to the main event, let's just recap real quick. Oh, I'll just jump back, actually. There you go. This will be easier. Okay, so we got Vulcan, Darwin, Wolverine, Sabretooth, Siren, Havoc, and Maggot. So out of those 7, there's 5 that I want to add to the shelf, which isn't bad going.
Nice.
Would you agree? How many for you?
If I'm being strict,
None of them.
I would pass on the whole wave.
Yeah.
I would pass on the whole wave. Which I was thinking about this earlier. The Legends team got me in for the X-Men wave in 2016, a little bit in 17, then the whole wave in, I think, 16, 18, and 19, maybe. Something like that, right? But like as soon as we finished those, like the 90s kind of X-Men,
the Jim Lee era, the core characters,
Jim Lee era, I've not needed to get any more X-Men really, which has been amazing, because the more X-Men Legends that come out, the more of a break I can take between other waves that I really, really do like. I think this wave looks amazing as is. I think if you're an X-Men fan and you know these characters, then this is like, I mean, Christmas really did come early, because I think these look great. Personally, I would try to skip the whole wave. I think I will probably wait a few months and pick up Havoc, Vulcan, and Siren on the hopefully in some sales, because Siren, I mean, she just looks great. Rich is excited about her, so that gets me excited about her. Vulcan, for obvious reasons, that's our fresh first taste.
Yeah,
of that new body.
yeah. I'll be curious for you not to get just Vulcan, just for you as a fan of the art of action figures, to not just get hands on.
Yeah, I think Vulcan, I might end up jumping the gun and just wanting to get as soon as he drops. And as well, because we don't have him, he's a brand new character, so he's more justified. But I think what sold me on Havoc was because I prefer the modern Havoc head.
Agreed. So do I. I don't like that big old crown. Like, it's very old school.
Yeah, but this body is also it's that Silver Surfer body. It's the what's it called? What's his name? Sunfire body. So I think if I can fit the the old head on this body, because the old one is Bucky Cat. So if I could fit the old head on this new body, then I would do that.
Yeah, so, I might like those accessory pieces on this version of Havoc, like the modernized version. I just prefer the modern look. I know those crazy crown effects are accurate to his sort of classic looks, but yeah, they're a bit too wild for me. Okay. Well, you may want to skip the whole wave. I think I'm in for the whole wave, and it's because I definitely need this in the collection.
Yes, of course.
So finally, a lot of people sort of hope to see this in 2022, as this was teased as a Marvel Legend without legs. Who could it be? We guessed a lot of different things, but a lot of us knew Dwight was a big Reavers guy and knew we wanted to get this sort of created, and he's obviously been working on this throughout the year, and now it is here in form. Bonebreaker. A guy... So a lot of people moaned at the last Marvel Legend that came with no legs. It was Cannonball. I don't think anyone's going to be complaining with this guy, because instead of legs, this guy's got a tank. And he also answers the age-old question of where the hell do those barrels go that Hasbro teased. Not one person assumed that those barrels had anything to do with him. But here he is. There's those barrels as well. Like crazy. Don't even need to be there.
And
but
they have their own action feature.
Yeah, apparently they do. But yeah, here we go. Like, the Build-A-Figure. So I'll be very interested to see how they break this up in the box. Like, how many pieces does this tank turn into? But I love how the glasses actually come up so you can see his eyes under there. He's got a very expressive face sculpt as well. He seems very happy for a guy for a tank instead of legs. But he adds to your Reavers. I've already got Skullbuster. We've got you got Reese, that interchangeable head sculpt for Reese if you buy a second one. You got Lady Deathstrike. So it's nice to see these Reavers building out. And yeah, this is definitely one of the most uniquest character designs within that sort of Aussie robot team. And I like his crazy mohawk. I like his big happy expression. Like, he's going to take a bit of real estate on the shelf, though. Like, I may have to move the Reavers. My Reavers, because there's only a few of them, they're right at the back on a riser. There's no way this tank is going to stand on that riser. It's going to push the shelf. So the the Reavers may find their way to the front of the shelf just so they can be posed with this guy, because this guy looks good. I'm very happy with this. And I'm sure a lot of people in the chat will agree with me as well. Yeah, this is good. So does this not... I'm assuming you have no attachment to this character, but I'm sure you're happy for your fellow collectors out there, because this is one that we do hear people talk about a lot.
100%. We hear this almost all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
So I mean, this, as I say, the Legends team are very passionate about X-Men. You know, I think if you gave them the choice and said, would you like to do X-Men figures all year long, they would probably say yes, because they are that passionate about X-Men, and they know that how passionate fans and collectors are about X-Men. So I think when they do get to do these X-Men waves, they are particularly special, and they are particularly you know, just worthwhile for collectors to get. Because think about it, I mean, how many of these characters are new? Yeah. Almost all of them.
Well, let's have a look in the wave. There was 8 characters in the wave, including the Build-A-Figure. So in Marvel Legends 6-inch Hasbro era type vibe, we'll just say that. Vulcan's new, Darwin's new, Sauron's new, Maggot's new, and Bonebreaker is new. So in this wave alone, 5 brand new characters to add to the collection, which is pretty good, which is good going.
Yeah.
Good going. More than half of the figures in this wave are brand new characters. And the other ones are specific character designs, like the Wolverine and the Sabretooth, and other ones are upgrades and stuff, like Havoc. They've went out, like, that's not a cheap redo. Do you know, that's not just a cheap repaint. Like, that's they've went the extra mile for the accessory pieces. And obviously, when they add new accessories like that, it gets added to the Marvel Legends toolbox. So it's nice to know that they're not just thinking about upgrading character molds, like figure molds, like they've done with Havoc, which should replace the Bucky cap. They're also slowly thinking about updating other things of our Marvel Legends sort of toolbox, as well as the accessories. So, like, this is a great wave to kick off the new year with, in regards to the constant improvements that the Legend teams are doing. Which, again, just testament to how well the line is doing in the whole, I assume. And, so hopefully everyone keeps supporting it so we can still keep going further and further down that rabbit hole. But, I think for me, the standout of this wave is Bonebreaker. Like, if there were 7 repaints in this wave, I would have brought them all to get bloody Bonebreaker anyway. So, fair play on the Hasbro team for at least giving us some new characters as well. I like it when a Build-A-Figure works out like that. Do you know, like... So isn't it frustrating 100%. When you want the Build-A-Figure but don't want any figures in the wave?
Yes.
Do you know, like, so it's nice that, the Build-A-Figure actually won. And there's also new characters as well, so.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It is a really, really solid wave, for sure. And I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. Yeah,
the chat are in full improvement, by the way. Damien Powell hit. JC Hesh says hit. Tony Collector hit. Your boy's got toys hit. This is flipping amazing, says Mini Plastic Multiverse. I say it in the live stream. The barrel is for Bonebreaker. Says Toro Mata. I'll just call you Mata because I can read that bit. Mata, you probably were right. I think maybe 1 or 2 people probably did guess Bonebreaker for the barrels. If you did, 10 points to you. Congratulations, because I certainly didn't put that together. Extreme with a hit. Odd Mr. Williams says would love this as a remote control. That'd be pretty cool. But Dwight did confirm. That was
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. You about to say the same thing?
Yeah. You go.
Yeah, that Dwight did sort of confirm that the treads didn't move or didn't work, and he even called out someone on the G.I. Joe team for it. But again, like, it is what it is. It's a figure. It represents the character on the shelf. Like, let's be honest. Even if he had working treads, yes, it would have been cool. But we're adult collectors. We're posing it on the shelf. Even if you're taking a picture, you're not going to see those treads that move. So don't stress too much about something like that.
Don't say that, Dan. I could have seen you sitting there Christmas morning going, wee.
What tanks have you listened to recently?
I don't know.
What tanks go wheel?
There's a I used to watch a show called Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on the Disney Channel.
I've heard of it.
I watched this time of year I always watch my favorite Disney Channel show Christmas episodes, especially now that they're easy to get on Disney Plus. And there's a scene where like one of the adults, he's like a child at heart, and his boss basically like pulls over in this stampede of people, and the guy is playing with like a toy paramedic set, and there's like a little toy ambulance, and he's doing exactly that, like he's going wee, wee, wee. And that's right.
I'm sure the majority of the people in the chat actually do that. Cameron Wright with a super chat. Thank you very much. I'll let Fredo read that out.
Cameron Wright donated $4.99. Just tuning back in, gonna definitely be getting this whole wave for Bonebreaker, but my fave reveal today was Jigsaw for sure.
Thank you very much, Cameron. Much appreciated. I do apologise to anyone who got put off by me and Brandon at the start by talking about Spider-Man. But I promise you can go back and listen to that 10 times, and we never spoiled anything. But I'm glad that you're back, Cameron. Cameron basically said the super chat, thank you very much. He said, just tuning back in, going to definitely be getting the whole way for Bonebreaker, but my favourite reveal today was Jigsaw for me, for sure. And I agree. Bonebreaker was great. Jigsaw was great. 2 great reveals. Definitely up there with my favourites. But yeah, okay, Bonebreaker, definitely a most wanted legend. And finally, the clue. So the only clue that's not been revealed, by the way, there's a couple more from the card set that I don't think have been revealed. And also a Marvel Legends with a tail, right? Unless that wasn't Tiger.
Yeah.
That wasn't Tiger, was it? No, 'cause Tiger was already out, I think. Or am I just getting confused? I can't remember. But I know that...
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I forgot. No, it wasn't. I can't remember. Was it another Spider-Man in a blister card, a character with no legs, and then also Tiger was the tease with the tail? Yeah, I'm just getting... There's been so many live streams this year that all the live streams in my head are being merged.
Yeah.
So I mean, ignore me.
We did get a very cool tease at the end of this, though.
Yeah, I will talk about that. Oh yes, we will. Let's let me skim through, because I think that's virtually it there now anyway. So yeah, they're showing off Bonebreaker. And then, okay, so let's get into the real cool tease. Brian. Who's Brian? Ryan showed us his backpack, which is, I understand, you got to pack your stuff to get to work, pack lunch in there. But he had something interesting in his backpack. Brandon, what is it?
If that isn't... it has to be Spider-Man. I think the question just is, which Spider-Man? Is it, Cap Lives made a really great point on his Instagram earlier. He said, could this be a civilian Miles Morales? Because we got a civilian Peter Parker. I agree with him that would be absolutely amazing. I also agree with Cap Lives that it's very unlikely that we'll get that. That being said, we have had a lot of Miles in the last year or two, but still, I don't think that's happening.
So let's speculate a little bit, and the chat can join in as well. Where do you think this is going to be? Like, where do you think this could be?
I think this will. If it is Spider-Man, I think it will be in a 50th anniversary celebration line of Spider-Man this year. 60th. Sorry. I think that I think it could be Homecoming related just by the color of the backpack. Because I think the SHF Homecoming Spider-Man had a beige backpack. I know that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was a blue backpack, but I think that the Tobey Maguire Toy Biz Marvel Legend had like an orangey backpack, so maybe that could translate to beige. It's hard to say.
Yeah, so obviously everyone, if you couldn't tell, Ryan showed off a backpack, and inside was a backpack. Which is obviously an accessory from future Marvel Legend. Now, everyone's brain goes straight to Spider-Man. Next year, like Brandon said, is the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man. And I have no doubt that the Hasbro team... Go on, carry on.
Sorry. No, I shouldn't.
Okay, and the Hasbro team had said that they will be celebrating that in some way, I am sure. But they haven't said how. We have seen Spider-Man related products with no attachment to yet. We've seen like the Iron Spider. We know that's coming, but we don't know when or how or where. So this could be attached to a Spider-Man. But is it a movie Spider-Man? Is it a comic Spider-Man? Is it an accessories pack? We know that the Hasbro team are trying to find a way to give us accessories. A backpack that fits on any Marvel Legend. You can put it wherever you want, I assume. Could be in an accessories pack. Just an option. Not saying that is where it's going to be. I'm just throwing another idea out there. I also do think it's Spider-Man related as, like, again, I know it's only a backpack, but, like, there's so many comic panels with him being a college or just having his camera in there. And
the reason why I mentioned the the Homecoming Tom Spider-Man, the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man 2, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and the Toy Biz Peter Parker Tobey Maguire figure. All three of those came with backpacks. So, and it is the 5th anniversary of Homecoming, 10th anniversary of Amazing Spider-Man 1, and the 20th anniversary of Spider-Man 1. So it would make sense that those three figures will have backpacks. I know that I mentioned SHF and Mafex, but the characters came with backpacks.
Yeah, so that's, as I said, it's a fair point. Brandon's just literally just listed you there. Other times we've got a backpack in figure form. Legends are yet to do it. So Spider-Man is where everyone's brain's going to go. So it could be thrown as a curveball. But we shall see. Let me just have a read at the chat. So Greg says Chavez would have been worked for the backpack, but she got revealed without it. But still, I'm sure whenever this comes out, however you could use with America Chavez if you wanted to. Rick Jones says Marvel Morales. Joe says it's got to be Andrew Garfield Spidey, right? Because I think that Mafex that Brandon was talking about came with a backpack. Cameron Wright says somehow ties into the Raimi verse, I feel. I recently rewatched the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, and I don't, like, my brain doesn't think, oh, Spider-Man with a backpack. That's definitely more of an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man trait, I would say. But yeah. But Cameron says Raimi verse.
And Tom Holland as well, because remember in Homecoming when he clips it against the thing.
Yep. Javi Man says, Javi says Moon Girl. Moon Girl, yeah, she could have a backpack, I'm sure. I don't know how Marvel would give us that giant dinosaur, though, but I wouldn't be mad about it. Jamie says, Jamie, that's how they bring it back, by the way. That would be great. Jamie says, I instantly thought of Garfield Spider-Man for the 10th anniversary. Yep, could be. Mini Plastic Multiverse Spidey anniversary wave. Greg says Andrew Garfield Spidey pack. Joseph said, didn't they re-release Andrew Garfield Spidey with a skateboard and a backpack before? Yes, that is exactly what Brandon was talking about. I'll Google it maybe. Was it
that's actually that one was also blue though, same as the Mafex one, but exactly right. That is very true. It was a Walmart exclusive, I believe.
Ultimate Carnage says, I think it's a new accessory for a new Spider-Man wave. Jay's Toys Collection UK says, got to be a 60th line for the Spider-Man, 60th anniversary. Blue with 2 straps, says Mike D. Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl, says Rick. They probably would have revealed after everyone sees the movie. What movie? What are you talking about? Ultimate Carnage with the super chat. I'll let that play through. There's the pictures anyway. It's definitely a backpack, people. I can't tell if it's a finished painted or just a prototype, but I guess that's fine for a backpack. I'm not clamoring for major paint details in a backpack. But there's Ultimate Carnage with the super chat. Thank you very much. I'll let Friday read that out.
Ultimate Carnage donated £4.49. Could it be a triple pack of all movie Spider-Man figures with accessories as in backpacks?
Good idea. I'm going to read that one out because I know people are getting scared of me. Toying Around says the Garfield Spidey figure back in the day had a backpack with a skateboard. My brain went to that. Yep, I agree. A lot of people's brains did. Maybe all 3 Spideys and a civilian, each with a backpack, says Eric Stream. Greg says unmasked heads for Spidey, lots of webbing and accessories would be awesome. Yeah, I think the Spider spirit is in the air and everyone wants Spider-Man.
The other thing is that remember on one of, I think it was on Wade's stream, Unparalleled said, on Wade's stream, Dan said that we would be getting another
retro Spidey.
We might be, another version of that retro Spidey. It could be that comes with a backpack as well.
Yeah, I do have another one mint on card. I'm willing to sell for, I don't know, let's say $300 if you want it. Oh, it's up to you. But yeah, like I'm sure this is an accessory for some type of Spider-Man figure. Is it movie related? Is it comic related? I don't know. But it's still a nice, interesting figure just to change up the display. And just think, the Spider-Verse for our display is massive. Like, the Spider-Verse is vast. So why not give one of your Spider-Man a backpack? Come on, it's not a big deal. I would also like I know this is a very small accessory, but I'd like it. Do you know, like, just a mask? Do you know, like, just a scrunched up mask that they can hold in their hand? Do you know, so if you're posing your Peter Parker without the mask, you can actually have him with a sculpted, like, crunched up mask in his hand.
Yeah.
I'd like that as an accessory piece, please, Marvel, as well. Thank you very much. But there you go. That was it. So I say that was it, but fair play to the Hasbro team, because let's be honest, we weren't. I just had a Legends and Liquor, and I literally went round and asked everyone what do you think would be revealed, and everyone was just like, don't know, a couple of things. Like, no one expected that.
That was not expected at all. I didn't anticipate that we would get. I mean, 2 waves, and that's just what's weird. Is it's like that 22 figures got revealed today. 22.
That's crazy. I'm curious to write a list of how many of those new. We need to figure out, right? Out of how many. I don't think we can figure out now, but out of how many? I can't speak. How many of those 22 figures were brand new characters to the collection? Is the question I'm like thinking in my head. At least half of them, right?
I could probably tell you. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of the 22.
There you go, over half, which is pretty good.
Maybe 13. And then depending on whether you count Ragnarok as a separate character.
Yeah, well, technically, on you got it on a technicality. Jamie says looks like a prototype. Most teasers are unpainted accessories. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. It could be. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Okay, so out of everything that was revealed today, Brandon, you've already sort of shown us out of the. So let me go back to the poll that we started earlier. The poll, I simply asked the question to the chat, are you buying the new Marvel Legends Doctor Strange wave? And over 100 votes have been calculated by the supercomputer, and the results are in. The winner is 45%, as we obviously predicted, choosing at 45%. 24% said, no, thank you. At least they were polite about it. And 31% says, yes, all in. So, yeah, that was about as expected, to be fair. About as expected. But you told us out of that wave what figures you're buying. Now, out of everything else, you also said to the of X-Men, you're probably going to avoid getting them or whatever. What was your favourite reveal or favourite reveals of today? And the chat, this question's for the chat as well. I'll read a couple out before we get out of here. What was your favourite, favourite 1 or 2 reveals from today? Just pick a couple.
Yeah.
Just pick a couple and I'll read a few out.
Mine was definitely America Chavez. 100%. Just because it was nice to get. I think we suspected we were getting her, but it was just nice to get that confirmation that she was going to have those accessories. She was going to be on that kind of a body. The likeness was amazing, because knowing that we're going to, or guessing that we're probably going to get a figure versus how good that figure actually looks and turns out are 2 completely different things. So for me, I think it was definitely America Chavez, and the likeness on Wong too was just brilliant. So, yeah, those 2 for me. How about you?
Yeah, well, I completely agree. By the way, I love that Hasbro and the Marvel team get ahead of the game. I love that the studios allow them to do this, because as a collector, I guess, and just a fan of this nonsense. When I go and see films that already have product or films that have characters, I want these characters on my shelf. If I like that film, I'm like, okay, I need that represented on my shelf. Do you know? So knowing I can do that, knowing that I can go home and think, I've already got him on the shelf, I've already got her on the shelf, just makes me smile a little bit more. I know Eternals probably never cracked my top 10 of MCU films, unfortunately. But it's not that I didn't dislike. I didn't dislike the film. Absolutely. It just didn't crack my top 10, unfortunately. But I'm still very happy that out of the gate, finished that movie and came home. Already had the 10 of them on the shelf. I had the crew already on the shelf waiting for me. Do you know, Shang-Chi, went and seen that. Already had them on the shelf waiting for me when I came home. So I'm very happy when we can do stuff like that.
Just like when you came home after Black Widow and you're like, yes, Taskmaster.
I was happy with Taskmaster before I seen the Black Widow film. That was one of those rare occasions where I probably wish I'd never seen the film, so I like the figure even more, because now that Taskmaster, right, was on the front shelf of my villains, right? My villains, let me go back to the big camera just real quick, just for a sec. No one can ever see anything on this camera anyway, but my villains, right, my MCU villains are up here, this top shelf. Yeah, that's my MCU villain shelf. So you can see we've got a nice front row, right? On the front row was Taskmaster. And Amanda's just threw Teddy in here, and now he's knocking down figures. She's trying to sabotage the stream. Teddy, come here. Oh, you've got a big pink ball. Yeah, Taskmaster was on the front of that shelf. And as soon as I seen Taskmaster, he got replaced. Like, Ego's at the front now. Ego's not even that good either, but like, I was like, here, do. Anyone in Taskmaster's got to get further back. So, yeah, Taskmaster's to do back. That's a rare example of how I dislike.
You can go the other way.
Yes.
Put Wenwu at the front. Is Wenwu at the front?
No, Wenwu, I don't know if you can see, but this shelf there is my Phase 4 shelf.
Oh, yeah, true.
So that's all the Disney Plus and movies that we've got this year. Hang on, sorry, I need to switch the cameras back. Teddy's distracting me. Amanda's just tried to sabotage the stream. Here he is, everyone. There he is. Teddy, do you want to try and eat me on camera again? People seem to like that. Here he is. He's not even looking. Any comments for the people? Did you like the Marvel Legends revealed? Like him? No, he doesn't care. There's his tongue. Oh, there he is. All right, there's your ball. Ah. All right, get out. Off you go. Go. You're a sabotage.
Would Teddy make the top 10 Marvel Legends this year, Dan?
I need someone out there, right? A customizer, right? I'll send you a picture of Teddy. I need someone to customize this into Teddy, right? So you need to get rid of the bows. You need to paint it black and white for me. Some customizer out there, please customize lady. What's the Miss Lion? Miss Lion is a hairy Shih Tzu, just like hairy Teddy, even though he's a bit trim at the minute. But someone make Miss Lion into a Teddy for me. That'd be pretty good. Thank you very much. Just putting that out there in the site, guys. Anyway, let me read out some of the people's favourites, and I'm going to ignore you and not answer because I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay. Jay's Toys Collection UK. Let me go to the chat. You haven't pulled up the chat on the screen once.
Just while you're doing that, can we put another poll in the chat?
Yeah, of course we can.
Should Dan review the Ursa Major Wave by Christmas Day? Yes or no?
People don't care. I guarantee you, right? If I release my Ursa Major Wave review, it doesn't even crack 300 views. No one cares at this point. Should
we help Brandon's mental health by getting Dan to review the Ursa Major Wave so that they can finally talk about how great that Ultron figure is?
Yeah, I know. I need to open them before my top 10. Okay, let me put a poll. Should Dan review the Ursa Major Wave? Yes. No. Too late now. Nobody cares. Okay. There you go. I'm asking the community. Nice simple question for you. All right, let me read out a couple of these people's favourites as we let that poll, as we ride out today, this evening with all this Marvel Legend news. Let me scroll back up. Okay, so Jay's Toys Collection UK says best was Jigsaw. Bon Williams says Jigsaw is the MPV. Greg gave me a lot of lists. He said Wong, Ragnarok, Despair, Sleepwalker, Monitor, Vilkun, Sauron, the Maggot, Darwin, Jigsaw. I count 11 new characters, so he likes a lot. Josie says picking and choosing on the Doctor Strange wave, but pretty much getting all of them except for the comic figures, only because I only collect MCU. That makes sense. Mike D picks Sauron. Prophet 924 says Ulick, which was a nice surprise today. Jake Wright says Jigsaw, definitely. Eric Stream says Bonebreaker. Clouds Foxwell says, can I pick the entire X-Men wave? Let me go to our judge, Brandon. Can he pick the entire X-Men wave?
He can pick anything he likes.
Beautiful. Okay, that's the judges allowed it. So Cloud picks the whole X-Men wave. Damien says Bonebreaker without a doubt and Jigsaw. Josie says Wong, Mordo, America Chavez, and Defender Strange for me, guys. Are you sure you mean Defender Strange or just the Portal? The Portal should have been in that list. Siren, Mike D says Siren because it's been a long time coming. KSM Kyle says Wong and Jigsaw for sure. Greg says Deluxe Strange is really nice. Javi Man says Jigsaw, Havoc, and Wong needed his first appearance head. Jahubari J, aka Matt, says Wong, America Chavez was cool, but Wong was such a long time coming now. It's finally nice to see him. Amanda also warned me that Teddy was coming to eat me. I clearly didn't see it in time. Phil Jones says Bonebreaker, love the Hulk head sculpt too. Jamie says America, Bull Guy, and the possibilities of the backpack. The Bull Guy. Bull Guy was a great figure reveal, not going to lie. Greg says Mordo was great, but would have been perfect with Strange 1 head sculpt also. That would have been nice, but then his attire wouldn't have made sense with that head sculpt. So,
True.
But I see what it's saying, because then we could have used that interchangeable head and put it on our old figure and made a more accurate older head sculpt. So now I agree with Greg. Great point, Greg. Tony Collector, Jigsaw, America for Chavez, Bonebreaker. Rick Jones says Rinta, the Green Ball Build-A-Figure reveal, because that film seems next level. Looking forward to the film, not going to lie. The MCU is a crazy place at the minute, people. Mike D says, Brandon, that was a low blow. I hate the rendition of Taskmaster and what it did. Yeah, so do I. That's why he's teasing me. Amanda did warn you in the chat, says Cloud. That's how far behind on the chat I am, people. I've already been attacked by Teddy, and he's also been evicted before I even read the chat. Mini Plastic Morpher says Jigsaw, Bonebreaker, Wong, and Dari, the top picks for me. Hit. Jay's Tools Collection says 16th today. Star Wars Cantina set and then No Way Home Wave have build for me today. Okay, so we can talk about that before we wrap up. That'll only take a few minutes. But let me go back to my poll. Oh, so far 62% say yes. 38% says no, too late, nobody cares. Interesting. I think for my own OCD, I'm going to have to review it at some form anyway, but I think I'll probably just do them all in one video, just so I can include them in my top 10s of the year. Yeah, the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure looks sweet, says Mark Tac. Okay, let's quickly talk about the 16th real quick. So if anyone has been following the channel for any amount of time, the last couple of weeks, we noticed on that Hasbro Pulse UK, if I can get up the site here real quick, a lot of new figures, like new Marvel Legends that were meant to come out next year, were scheduled to release on the 16th of December. So if they'd all actually hit that date, our bank would have been hit with a lot of pre-orders. Mm-hmm. So some of us were sort of hoping, just for our money sort of sake this time of Christmas, that they didn't all release at the same time. Let's spread them out a little bit. Even though we're not complaining at getting toys quicker, that wasn't the complaint. It was more so 2 weeks before Christmas, let's stretch the budget, if you will. But over the last couple of days, all the dates have changed again. So Hasbro sort of continue their streak of consistently updating the dates. So you can't be mad at them for that. But they did sort of wait last minute, especially on Captain America, for example. So if I go to Cap,
shipping today.
Yeah, so if we go to Cap, so this Captain America, this was scheduled to release in the UK the 16th of December. Now you'll notice today is the 16th of December. But last night, as the hours were clicking towards midnight, the date changed to the 17th of January, a whole month later. So they didn't know hours before the 16th. They must have knew for a few days at least. But annoyingly, they changed it last minute. So we were expecting this on the 16th, but it's not here. Not happened. We were expecting the retro Spider-Man figures on the 16th. All of them. All of Wave 2 of the retro Spider-Man figures. Now, on Hasbro Pulse UK, every single one of them have moved to the 4th of January. Now, my birthday is the 5th of January, so if anyone wants to buy me these as a Christmas present...
The symbiote ones...
Well, of course, that's what I was getting to. All of them, I've moved to the 4th to the 1st, except the one that we looked at earlier with Brandon, which was, of course, the Black Suit Spider-Man, the Symbiote Spider-Man, which still says the 19th. But everyone out says the 16th, says the 4th now. So, will this date get moved? We shall find out.
Put another poll in the chat. Should Amanda and Teddy get Dan the Spider-Man Retro Wave for his birthday? Yes or no?
Amanda probably would if I asked her. Like, she's nice like
that. That's what I'm saying.
She would, but I don't like her. She doesn't like my toys, so I wouldn't let her buy me. She buy me an electric razor for Christmas so I can keep myself groomed. Because I spend all my money on toys, so I can't. Like, this you know what it's like as a collector, right? And everyone in the chat would agree with me as well, right? We're so invested in this hobby. Like, to us, we look at a Marvel Legend and go, "Oh, it's a deluxe Marvel Legend. Yeah, I'll spend £30 on that. No problem. Yeah, I want that character." But then I need my old razor's getting rusty and it's cutting me up and it's just not good. And I look at Amazon and think, 30 quid for a brand new electric razor with all these attachments? No way! No way! No way!
Don't I know that so well?
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm walking around in holy trainers and the same t-shirt for 7 days because I spend all my money on toys. I'm such a stingy bastard in any other aspect of my life apart from toys.
No, so this is the funniest thing. So Mother Hero and Mrs. Hero both said that I should stop wearing the same 3 or 4 or 5 t-shirts, like rinse and repeat, literally. And they said I needed to buy a whole new wardrobe, basically. So I said, no, I disagree. So I went through my whole wardrobe, cleared out all the old stuff, and brought through all the stuff that I should wear or could wear.
Yeah.
That is too mixed between all the old stuff that I never really wear it. And literally, for the last 4 weeks, at least 3 or 4 or 5 days a week, I get a compliment from either one of them or both of them because I'm wearing something different they haven't seen in the last week. And I was like, see, didn't need to spend a penny.
I literally am like a cartoon character. I wear, because for work, like I just wear black t-shirt, black jeans, black jacket, black hat. Like I'm a curse. I'm like a goth in the mid 2000s. Like I just wear black. I don't know. I'm just a cartoon character. I wear the same thing every day. Like if you see me every day of the week, you'd think I'm a tramp and I wear the same thing. I've actually got like 20 black t-shirts. Like
really?
Yeah, I'm a cartoon character. But I'm when it comes to anyway. So when it comes to Christmas presents, I'm like, look, buy me some socks, buy me an electric razor. Like I'll be genuinely stuff I need. I'll buy the toys myself. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm too stingy to spend my money on anything else. But she would if I asked her. But anyway, back to Spider-Man. It's not coming out. It's coming out on the 4th. But this one says the 19th. The No Way. So Greg is asking how's the Toy Armageddon going. So Greg, just to confirm, it didn't happen. They bailed last minute. They retreated. It didn't happen. But J Toy Collection UK did confirm that his Cantina Star Wars set charged, and also the Spider-Man No Way Home wave. So I also do have a Spider-Man No Way Home wave. So I should get that this week as well. So I still need to review that, Ursa Major, and a few other random bits. But I'll tell you what is coming in stock this week, Marvel Legends wise. Let's have a little scroll. Yeah. So I'm just for pure ease, I'm going to Star Action Figures just because it looks the nicest on my site. Yeah. But okay, so this week in the UK, this week landing in stock in the UK is the retro carded Falcon, retro carded Loki, the flashback Winter Soldier, the Captain America 2-pack with Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers, the retro carded female Loki, retro carded West Coast Avengers, Scarlet Witch, and the retro carded Vision, White Vision, of course, as well as the whole No Way Home wave. So there is still a lot of Legends hitting if you're a Legends guy. So that's all hitting this week. They're all in stock on Friday. So for me, I'm all in on the No Way Home wave, of course, especially after seeing the movie. Give me everything. Give me everything you got. But the retro stuff, I'm probably hold my horses on. Definitely going to get these 2 MCU packs as well, but again, not in a massive rush. But if no one's got a review up for that Winter Soldier, I might pull the trigger on that.
In Demand have already sold out of that Winter Soldier.
Interesting. It is a good looking figure.
Yeah.
It is a good looking figure.
It is. Yeah, but it's just the head sculpt. The head sculpt is really good.
Also, the the Power Rangers. Do you know the Ninjetti? They were all due. All of them have been pushed back again, right? So these were all due on the 16th as well.
I think apart from Pink and White. I think Pink and White.
But they're that dreaded 19th.
Likely to get,
yeah, they're that dreaded 19th. Let me put the Ninja Black in, see what that changed to there. There he is. Adam. Frog. Brandon's favourite animal.
Literally, that was the reason why I was thinking about getting this one early.
17th. So again, that's been pushed back a whole month. So yeah, Toy Armageddon didn't happen. To wrap up the show, UK friends, unless you're all in on the retro Marvel Legends that literally just come out, I think you're safe. Our wallets are safe until January at least. So save that Christmas money, shake your grandma's card for all those coins out of it, And yeah, save your pennies for January because we're going to get more Marvel Legends. We're going to get the Power Rangers and Turtle crossovers. We're going to get some of the other Power Ranger stuff like... is Eye Guy still... I want Eye Guy. I love those villains. Let me look at Eye Guy. Eye Guy was due on the 16th as well. I know Toys-R-Us got them in stock, but the Toys-R-Us... Are they going to ship it to me or to Odd Williams in the chat? I don't know. He's due the 19th as well, so we shall see. You might get lucky, Brandon. That last shipment, that last Hasbro shipment before the Christmas holiday, may be Symbiote Spider-Man and a few of these random ones. But I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Let's go to the poll. The poll, should Dan review the Ursa Major Wave? 62% say yes. 38% still say no. Too late, nobody cares. As I said, for my own stupid OCD, I will probably do at least a video on it. Like last year, I did the full wave on one of the reviews because some of them just hit at once. Just some. I only get so many. Like I've got a full-time job and a life, people. Like, whew, I choose streaming instead of reviewing. Do you know? Like if I didn't have the 2 hours to review here, I'd probably be filming reviews. But this is more fun. Yeah. This is more fun for me. Do you know what I mean? It really is. So the reviews can wait. The reviews can wait. I can wait for those 300 views. Come on, 300 views. Brandon, it's been fun. We will,
yes, as always, brother.
We will be back at some point. We don't know when, but ASAP. Might be tomorrow, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. Whenever we can fit it in. Just a quick hour spoiler Spider-Man chat. Because I've got all this in my... I need to splurt it out. I need to say it out loud, and I don't want to scare anyone. Yeah. So I'm just going to put...
And we don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah, and I'll put in the title, spoiler talk, do not click if you've not seen the film. And then it's completely on you.
And the other thing is that if you haven't seen it yet, go and see it as soon as you can, please. Because it is too good to have it spoiled before you go.
Mr. Odd Williams in the chat says, if Toys-R-Us do send him anything here, make sure he sends it to me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Get those damn Daniel Williamses confused. There's too many of us out there. We're all variants of each other. None of us know who the original one is. It could be Mr. Odd Williams. It could be me. I don't know. We don't know. Cheeky Monkey Kiara is in the chat with some monkeys. Very cheeky. I understand. Okay, Brandon, tell the people where they can find you online, and I'll throw up your pretty picture so they can do so. Oh,
speaking of that pretty picture, you know that thing? You know that thing that I think with this thing on the thing?
The thing, I know the thing, yeah.
The thing I got texted earlier saying it's coming tomorrow. What the heck?
I told you the shipping's well quick. Just think this time of year people speed it up, don't they? So those expedited dates are just in case. But nah, they're on the ball.
I was well chuffed. I can't wait for that tomorrow. Yeah. Anyway, as always, yes, Hero Dot Collections. You got a bit of Natasha and Clint on there today. You got a cool post coming tomorrow. A bit more of Clint and Natasha over the weekend. Boba and Fennec is coming. There's Christmas stuff coming. Oh man, I've literally got like 25, 30 posts lined up for the next month.
Obviously, you've told people you've told our friends here watching the live chat that you're going to America. Like people know that's a thing. Yes. Are you still going to be able to appear on the streams, or you're going to be out of it a little bit?
Well, next Thursday.
You're flying. You're traveling. I get that. Yeah.
So this time next Thursday, all being well, touch wood, I will have just landed.
Okay.
Literally just landed.
Okay.
So not next Thursday, but the following Thursday should be fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not a problem.
I'll just be joining at like 3:00.
Not a problem. That's fine. How many? We've only got 2 weeks left anyway before the new year anyway. So yeah, 23rd and 30th.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the following Thursday I'm home.
Yes.
Oh, am I?
The 30th. Are you back Thursday? No, you're off for 2 weeks now, I guess.
No, wait. So what's the Thursday after?
I might replace. I'll tell you what I might do, Brandon. I might replace this. This is me thinking out loud now, people. That's just like everyone's my super producer right now, right? I might replace next week's Thursday show with a Legends and Liquor special. Like do a little crossover and then just get people on this time slot and let's just talk about some of our favourite toys of the year, maybe.
The only thing
maybe.
is, though, is we don't want to break the streak.
That's why I'm saying it'll be like a regular stream but with a Legends of Liquor crossover. I don't know. I need to think about it because I need to fit one more Legends of Liquor in before the end of the year.
Oh yeah, and next Sunday is Boxing Day, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't do next Sunday, you see, so I've got to have to do a different stream.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, okay.
So,
Okay, we'll figure it out.
The streak will continue. The streak will continue with Thursday.
Yeah.
I can't do any other week
even-
apart from Thursday next week, so it has to be Thursday, unfortunately.
Because even if you're still streaming by the time I've landed, I will happily jump on
from the airport.
Zoom app on the phone and be like, guys, I landed.
You're gonna have people waiting for you at the airport, waiting for you to sign their frogmen. It's gonna be crazy when you hit the shores of America.
Could you imagine?
Hit up Brandon if you're in the
let's hope I
US.
get there first.
Brandon will be there in the US next week. People, hit him up. Let's go toy hunting. Go and find me some bargains on the pegs. Brandon's going to be virtually hunting for us in those Walmart clearance aisles. See what bargains he can find.
That Yahoo article for the Doctor Strange wave said that they're hitting their stores this month, which I assume was the original plan.
Good luck to you.
Oh man, if that happened, I would cry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Follow Brandon, Hero Collections. He's in America next week, but he'll be about before the end of the year, I'm sure. We will be back at some point this weekend just to do a one-off hour special talking Spider-Man spoilers. We just give it another day or so to let people see it so we can have more people involved in the discussion. May even have a special guest for that or something because there's a lot to break down and talk about, and I need to talk to someone because Manda and Teddy do not care. And it's so hard to avoid spoilers. So I just need to get it all out my system. So yeah, look out for that. Next week, we'll still have a stream. Legends and Liquor will happen at some point. Look out for top 10s, best figures of 2021. We'll do our own draft, picking our favourite figure of every single wave of this year. Lots more content to come before the year is out, as well as the Spider-Man No Way Home reviews. Our finding us a way to put the Ursa Major reviews out there. There's so much stuff. I'm waiting for I'll do a Turtles and Tea with Tanner next week as well, I think, maybe. So much stuff before the end of the year. Good times. And in between all that, I will still work my full-time job so I can keep the electric on. But until then, people, we appreciate everyone here. Thank you very much to everyone who's sticking around, talking toys. Prophet, Cheeky Monkey, Mike D, Jay, Tom, Jamie, Matt, Damien, Joe's Clouds, Fox, Logan, Prophet, Greg, Odd Mr. Williams, Phil Jones. I see you all. I appreciate you all. And as I said, just if you're subscribed, just click that bell. Click that little bell. I never tell people to do this, right? Every other YouTuber does. I'm telling you now. Just click that bell. So in case me and Brandon do spontaneously go live or something happens, you know about it, all right? Click that bell and we're all good. But other than that, keep an eye on the Instagram. It's Dan Who. I'll post everything there anyway. But yeah, still lots of toys. 2022 is going to be crazy and we're still not finished with 2021. Until next time, people, let's wave them out, Brandon. Let's wave them out. Beautiful. I think I actually have an end screen now, Brandon, so our hands don't have to get too tired.
Really?
Yeah, it's nothing special, but it will work for the wrap up. So bye, and then they can still hear us talking until I press mute. So any final words?
Any final words?
Now's your opportunity.
And my favourite part of No Way Home was
Vive. Oh shit! I nearly choked. No final words for me. I'm gonna die. Click a video on this channel. Shout out to the replay crew. This may be my last video, my last live stream ever. I may not make it to next week. Amanda, get me some water. Click a video.
Next week will be myself and super producer Rich.
I'll give you the password. Just be good.